clothes on different days. We had a pep rally today in the gym where everybody was just pumped, students and staff, and so I expect that the Berries are going to be ready tonight.
Yep, I didn't see your Adam Sandler get up yesterday, so I'm sure you did it up right though.
I did all my lessons. I went hello, baby.
Okay, there you go.
That's kind of how I taught yesterday for Adam Sandler Day.
That was well done. So, still plenty more to come here on the Mike Anderson Auto Group pregame show, as we are just moments away from this homecoming game between Logansport and Arsenal Tech from Indianapolis. We'll step aside for break. There's more to come live from Logansport.
If you would, ladies and gentlemen, please keep standing and remove your hats and join in the singing of the national anthem as played by the Logansport Berry Band.
Welcome back to Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium, a stirring rendition of the Star Spangled Banner from the Logansport Bet Band, as we are just about ready to kick things off between Arsenal Tech and Logansport. These two teams met last year at Arsenal Tech. A heck of a game. The Berries ended up winning 20-14. A game at one point, Dave, correct me if I'm wrong, they led 20-0 late in the second quarter, if memory serves.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And a lot of kind of crazy plays we were remembering earlier on from that game. But, you know, like we said, it's always kind of a wild time with these guys.
And one of the biggest controversies late in that second quarter, Indianapolis Tech was out of timeouts, and they called a timeout, and for some reason, they didn't get charged a penalty for an extra timeout, and the scorekeeper stopped the clock for them, which gave one extra play, and they game, but that was in the past, and hopefully we'll have a clean game tonight.
That's right. You know, we got the home team, and everybody here is going to be just cheering for the Berries. It's going to be very exciting. See if Logansport can get that run game going that they had trouble with last week against Kokomo. I'm sure they learned a lot. They're going to be able to make those adjustments, and we're going to look good tonight.
And we look down at the stadium and people continuing to file in. So, if you want to get here and get any kind of good seat, you might want to leave now, because this place is packed. We figured it would be. It's the last home game for a long time, as the Berries have 3 straight road games after this. Senior night, October the 7th against Harrison, is the last home game after tonight.
And how can you beat it, Joe? How can you beat going to a football game when it's still warm out? Because, you know, it's not going to be too long before there's no more sweating up here. It's going to be very chilly. So, and as we look down, it's very exciting. The cheerleaders line the track for the tradition of the smoke pouring out of the tunnel and the Metallica.
And the Berry fans are in the shade, so that's a good thing, and I feel bad for the folks who from Indianapolis Tech who made that long drive, as they are baking in the sun across the way in those metal bleachers. I'm sure it's a little bit warm, but an Arsenal Tech win will make it all worthwhile for those fans that made the long drive.
Yeah, I'm sure that's by design. Yeah, the shadow goes to the top of the L in the center of the field, and so those shiny silver bleachers across the way for the few fans that made it there. Not a very well traveled. Looks like kind of a lot of cheerleaders and folks like that. But we got plenty of people from Logansport up there on the hill, I'm sure.
Yep. All right, still plenty more to come here on the Mike Anderson Auto Group pregame show. We'll step aside for another break. When we return, we'll continue with our pregame show live from Logansport. Welcome back to LMH Stadium. Homecoming between the Arsenal Tech Titans and the Logansport Berries. And you timed that breakout perfectly, Dave Packard, as Enter Sandman is just about ready to start as we came back on the air.
Oh, it's such an exciting time. Here comes the guys running out there. Who is that? Shamari Giddings with the flag. We talked about, did we say 17 seniors? Is that the count this year?
I believe so.
So all of 17 seniors got honored in front of the entire student body today. You know that they are pumped. You can see them running out. One person that I kind of noticed limping at the pep rally was Jeremiah Miller.
Okay.
Still probably not.
Still in a boot, so he's unavailable. They were hoping to have him back last week. That's not the case. He's not available tonight. Next man up, Luis Ortiz has done a great job. He'll have to continue doing that great job.
Absolutely. I just wanted to make that note because I knew that we wanted to get him back for Kokomo, but regardless, people are stepping up like you said. It's going to be very exciting. Now, Arsenal Tech Titans, is this a 6A football school?
It is a 6A school in football.
So we got a 6A football school, obviously part of the Indianapolis Public Schools. Enrollment for Arsenal Tech I could find was 2,103 compared to LHS 1,237. So about 1,000 more kids than us. The school's located on a 76-acre multiple-building campus east of downtown Indianapolis, about 2 miles northeast of Monument Circle by my calculations. But the campus that they play on at Arsenal Tech has dual significance as the oldest military installation in central Indiana, the third oldest high school in Indianapolis, actually the second oldest that still operates in its original location. So also Arsenal Tech, they offer 4 academic programs at their school. They kind of have a new tech program, a math and science program, a law and public policy program, and a career center, a career technology center. So not quite the same as you would have at a regular high school.
Gotcha.
I found all that very interesting.
Yep, so that is tonight's version of Packard's Pearls. We greatly appreciate that as always. I'm sure you've got
a little taste of it. That's right.
You've got some more to come. So that will do it for the Mike Anderson Auto Group pregame show. We will step aside one final time when we return. We will have the opening kickoff of this huge North Central Conference game and homecoming live from Logansport. All right, Alan James, thank you very much. Welcome back to LMH Stadium homecoming. And Coach Shannon sent a text while we were in break. He said, Joe, it's homecoming. Do we have like king and queens? I'm like, yeah, we do, Coach Shannon. So without any further ado, Dave.
Yeah, homecoming king and queens. They got the top 5 that they're going to be revealing who the winner is tonight. On the Kings side, we have Tristan Kitchell.
TK, number 50, who's out at the midfield for the captain's toss right now.
He's representing the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Then we have Yuzettel Dominguez Lopez, representing the Chinese club. We got Grayson Long of the Key Club, of course,
also out there at midfield for the coin toss.
Jason Inyavong, I'm going to say. I'm sorry if I mispronounced. Diversity Club. And Joseph Argueta from the Spanish club for the Kings. From the speech team, we got Hallie Van Kuren from Chinese Club, Mu Pa from the Safe Club, we got Yadira Alvarado for the Diversity Club, and Jocelyn Mancera, an old TV radio student,
there you go.
Wrapping it up for Spanish Club. But Joe, as I noticed these pairs, 3 clubs have both candidates. You have the Diversity Club, the Spanish Club, and the Chinese Club both have their male and female candidate.
Well, how about
that? So those, I would say, were the front runners maybe. Those clubs seem popular.
So hopefully that gets Coach Shannon off our back. And
That's right.
We're back in the good graces of Coach Shannon.
Keep watching the game, please, Mike. Come on.
So the Berries have won the toss, and they have elected to receive. So in previous games, they have won the toss and put their defense on the field, but Coach Johnson changing things up a little bit. And the Bears will get the ball first, so we will see that offense right away.
And we can expect Joe to see a whole lot of run game because that's kind of Logansport's MO. Of course, expect unexpected. Maybe we start off with some passing plays. Yep. You never know with Coach Johnson, but we've been doing such a great job in the running game. I'd be surprised if we didn't start with that.
So handling the kickoff duties for Arsenal Tech is Dre Berry, a senior, and back deep for the Berries, Giddings, Chris J. Renee, and Isaac Russell to receive this kick again. Logansport without the services of Jeremiah Miller, who they were counting on in a big way this season, but unfortunately that bad foot has kept him away. Now we got a low kick, and one of the up men will get on his knees and field it clean, and that was well done. I believe that was Aaron Bow, and that was nicely done by Bow at the 30-yard line. Pretty good starting field position. Don't want to mess with a fumble. Give it to your offense in good starting position.
Yeah, all the way, kind of a squib kick there as it just went down the hash marks and rolled to the 30, but an interesting kind of a jump out to not allow a return, and there was no weird bounces, so just able to fall on it at the 30.
And perhaps Tech, maybe that's one of their weaknesses, is covering kicks, or maybe their kicker doesn't have a strong leg, so they figured, well, we'll just try and get a bounce on the turf. But Bow did a nice job as he went to his knees immediately as he saw it was coming toward him. He said, I'm going to smother this, and we're going to get good starting field position. They'll actually mark it at the 31-yard line. And there's that man, Aaron Bow, split out wide to the right. No, actually, he's going to get off the field. They said, Bow, you did such a good job. Go have a seat on the sidelines. Now Grayson Long will shift over to the right side of the form off to Chris J. Renee. He's got some running room, breaks the tackle, and a nice gain on first down for Renee across the 35-yard line.
And a nice play there for the Berries as they ran Amari Giddings from the left to the right side almost in kind of an end-around fashion, and then just went ahead and went off tackle and got some yards.
A 5-yard pickup on first down for Renee. Second down and 5 for the Berries, just underway here on homecoming at LMH Stadium. And the undefeated Lewis Cass Kings, Dave Packard, 3-0 on the season, playing Tipton. So hopefully we can pass on scores from both of those games involving our county schools tonight.
Absolutely.
So now a handoff to Luis Ortiz, and he's got some running room, and he's in the clear. Indianapolis Tech territory, cuts it inside, and he's all the way down to the 44-yard line. And what a job by that offensive line, Dave. A huge hole on the right side.
Yeah, absolutely. We had the great blocking up front, and that allowed him to pretty much run in a 45-degree angle from the center of the field all the way to the right sideline and get that great first down.
19 yards on that game, on that play from Ortiz. Berries in Arsenal Tech territory for the first time. And Dave, do I still see people coming in? This is amazing, this crowd, as they continue to file in here at LMH Stadium.
That's awesome, and hopefully it transitions to the other sports as well.
Now Renee gets a handoff around the right side, and he's got some running inside the 35, still on his feet, inside the 30, all the way down. Now mark him at the 27-yard line. Beg your pardon, that's Shamari Giddings, not Renee. 17 yards on that, so back-to-back big plays for the Berries. 19 for Ortiz, 17 for Giddings. First and 10, Logansport inside the 28-yard line.
Yeah, both those plays seem to be very, very similar, and we're just getting the blocks up front, and this offense is starting out hot out of the gate.
Now split out wide to the left is Isaac Russell, I believe. Now Renee comes in motion to the left. They get the pitch to the left, and he's got a wall of blockers in front of him. Gets to the corner. He's in close to the 20-yard line. They'll mark him just shy of that, around the 22.
Now, I just want to describe the situation there, Joe, because these red uniforms are beautiful. We have these glowing, almost brand-new-looking red uniforms, and as they went to the left, as we watched from the press box, it was like 3 or 4 red jerseys running in front of them for blocking. It was just a beautiful kind of wall of guys going across the field to get that yardage.
And those small black numbers, but I was able to make a couple numbers out. Tristan Kitchell and Luis Ortiz were a couple of the blockers leading the way for Renee on a 5-yard pickup. Second down and 5 for the Berries. At the 22-yard line, handoff inside, and got some running room inside the 15, inside the 10. Still on his feet is Ortiz. He's all the way down to the 7-yard line. And again, Dave, the right side of that offensive line, a huge hole for Ortiz.
Yeah, I mean, our runners aren't needing to slow down once they hit that gap. They're getting tackled, and that's some hard running. If the Berries do anything well, it's just hard running. The running back is hard to take down. The blocking is great, so let's see if they can get in the end zone here.
They'll mark him at the 8-yard line, a 14-yard pickup, and first and goal now for the Berries. Handoff to Ortiz, who breaks a tackle inside the 5, still on his feet, and he will fall into the end zone for a touchdown. Luis Ortiz, 8-yard touchdown, and the Berries take a 6-0 lead.
And, it's early on, Joe, but that was pretty easy for the Berries as they marched right down the field from the other 30 all the way 70 yards down there for a touchdown. And the runner had some friends helping him into the end zone, but great momentum for the Berries, and they have this great forward momentum starting the game.
And now I think I know why Coach Johnson decided to take the ball first. Maybe he saw something in the film and he thought his running game could do some damage against this Tech defense. At least on that first drive, that was definitely the case.
And I think, when it comes to it, that defenses are a little more nervous than offenses, and offenses are kind of pumped up.
Humberto Baez in for the point after. The kick is up, and the kick is good. It didn't clear the uprights by much, but it doesn't matter. It's between the uprights,
That's
and the Berries are on top 7.
Its feet as we scored that touchdown, and now we get a look at our defense. There's been games this year where our defense has been kept on the field, and it's kind of been they've gotten a little bit winded. But if we can if we can get some stops here and get our offense back going and kind of have some even playing time, that'd be great.
Well, what is not great is the view from our own Matthew Paul. That is, he just sent us a picture. And he's got some obstructed view seats, at least for the time being. So I'm sure Matt can do some schmoozing and ask the kind people to maybe move. But it looks like he's right behind the student section, which is enormous. There's about 10 or...
Mr. Paul, I mean, I know you're up pretty early and nobody's around, but you can't sit right next to the student section because they're probably not going to sit down.
And the fans continue to roll in. This is an unbelievable crowd. We figured it would be a good crowd, Dave, with the nice weather. No home games again until October the 7th, homecoming, all that stuff.
Look at the silver bleachers on our left. I mean, they are filled up, too. The right bleachers might still have a little bit of room, but
not many.
Wow.
No, so you might have to go sit on the visiting section if you want to get a seat here.
They must have been listening to us, Joe. We always tell them.
We don't want to listen to those two clowns. Let's just go to the game. We're going to have to take us right out of the equation. So Humberto Baez to kick off for the Berries. A low end-over-end kick fielded at the 10-yard line. And we got a flag on the play. And that was a good return from Nunu Johnson. Jason Nunu Johnson. And a nice return, but unfortunately for the Titans, I believe we're going to have the Coach Lang penalty tracker utilized for the first time tonight.
Yeah, it looked like he only had a couple guys to beat once he kind of headed towards that right sideline. Kind of started on the left-hand side hash and fell right after the spin move. So,
but that will be a holding penalty, and that will negate a very good return from Jason Nunu Johnson.
That's a great name.
Yes. Specialist, and he's got some great speed, so the Berries need to be careful. They might want to kick it away from Nunu as they will mark this ball inside the 20-yard line.
Wow.
All the way back to the 17-yard line. So, a 10-yard penalty according to the Coach Lang tracker. but a whole lot of lost field position.
Yeah, were they at the 40 before?
Yes, they were.
Oh, my goodness.
But the spot of the foul was the 27, so they marked it 10 yards from there. So Indianapolis Tech will take over first down and 10, and the formation that we will see them all night long. Shotgun formation for their quarterback, Malachi Allen, with receivers 2 to each side. And Evante Campbell in the backfield with him. And there's an offensive lineman 15 yards down the field. How's that not an illegal man downfield?
Well, there was, the quarterback was kind of confused there as he kind of ran off to the right, and the guy, I think, thought that he was going to run it when he was going to pass it, so he kind of took off the block for him, and instead kind of bounced off his fingers. But confusion on that first play after that bad penalty.
So the pass falls incomplete. Second down and 10 for Indianapolis Tech. They have it at their own 17-yard line. 9 minutes, 15 seconds to play. First quarter. Logansport 7, Arsenal Tech nothing. The Titans with the ball for the first time this evening. Campbell once again from the gun. Now pitches to the left side. Campbell tries to set up some blockers, and he does, but he gets to the edge, but can't quite get all the way. Gets some positive yards across the 15. Actually, no gain on the play. That was well done, Chris J. Renee. Isaac Russell in on the stop.
The pursuit of the Berries defense in every game that I've watched is just amazing. If you give the Berries enough time, they're going to have 3 or 4 guys on you. And so, here's Arsenal Tech trying to run out to the left sideline, and by the time they tried to turn it upfield, we were there.
So 3rd and 10, Allen from the gun with Campbell in the backfield with him. Now 3 receivers out to the wide side of the field, 1 receiver to the short side. Now going in motion is Campbell. The ball goes through the fingertips of Allen. He's in big trouble, and he's going to be sacked for a loss. Shamari Giddings inside the 5-yard line. Great pursuit by Giddings, and Tech is deep in their own territory, and they'll have to kick it away.
And that was darn close to a safety, Joe, as he was fumbling it, and then he couldn't pick it up, and we had a guy hungry to get to him. Who got to him?
That was Shamari Giddings.
Shamari was just like right on him. I thought it might be a fumble almost into the end zone, but yeah, it's right on the 1.
Loss of 15 on the play. It is 4th down.
Or 2.
4th and 25 for the Titans. Chris J. Renee standing at his 30-yard line, so they don't think the Titans will punt it very far. So we'll have to wait and see. The Berries have been very proficient trying to block, and here's a bubble snap.
Oh, my gosh.
And it goes out of the back of the end zone, and it will be a safety. And that was a bad snap. That could have been a block punt, maybe for a touchdown. So the Titans maybe only giving up 2, not the worst thing that could have happened.
Yeah, back-to-back plays where the snap was fumbled, and so the punter just kind of dribbled it out of his hands and out of the back of the end zone for that 2 points.
So 7:43 to go here in the first quarter, and our Berries could not have drawn it up any better.
That's what I was going to say, Joe. The Berries couldn't be having a better night, and Arsenal Tech couldn't be having a worse night. Is the confusion on that pass play and all the fumbling, but I'm sure that they'll shore up that kind of stuff going into the rest of this game.
And how big was that penalty on that great kickoff return?
And yeah,
put them back deep in their own territory, and it was a disaster from that point forward.
You're exactly right, and that's the way it kind of happens in sports and in life. Sometimes you get kind of ahead and you get some momentum, and then something just happens to knock you back, and then you're kind of in turmoil. So pretty interesting series of events. I'm going to call for a run back here, Joe. I'm going to try to say a kickoff run back with all the craziness that we've seen so far.
Well, we saw Dre Berry kick it very short last time, so we'll see the way Aaron Bow handled it. Maybe they'll try something different. We'll wait and see as the people continue to file in here at LMH Stadium.
The last kickoff, kind of a squib kick. We'll see if we get a real kick or if we get kind of a grounder, a worm burner.
So they're going to have to kick from the 20. I'm not sure what Barry's doing at the 25. No, you got to go back to the 20. Maybe it's the 25 in high school.
There's not too many safeties that.
No, there isn't. So he does punt it away. It is going to be fielded by one of the upbacks, Christian Wicker. He's got some running room across the 45, down at the 47-yard line. As Wicker went to his knees, so maybe he cramped up a little bit on that return. Looks to be okay.
Yeah, I mean, Christian not really used to handling the return game and things, so maybe just a little bit nervous, kind of went down to secure the ball. He didn't think that he was going to get through what he was looking at, but
well, he got him out
they threw me a curveball. They threw me a curveball, Joe, because they kicked it to a guy who's not used to returning. I was looking for one of our main return men.
But he got him out to the 47-yard line, so that it could be a whole lot worse for the Bears. So good starting field position for Logansport at their own 40. Arsenal Tech, nothing. Now Grayson Long will shift over to the right side of the formation. Aaron Bow to the bottom of the formation, split out wide to the right. Now handoff to Ortiz is hit right away, but he breaks the tackle and is into Indianapolis Tech territory. Ortiz did that all on his own. 5-yard pickup on first down. We've talked about the great blocking he's gotten so far tonight, which he has, but he got all 5.
The Arsenal Tech defense trying to kind of figure out what to do here as the Berries have been running all over them. Even when they think they kind of got us, I think our guys get, that 3 or 4 yards that is just killer.
Yep, they had to play well defended. But Ortiz broke a tackle and was able to get some positive yardage. 2nd down and 5 for the Berries at the Arsenal Tech 48-yard line. Now pitch to Isaac Russell around the right side. He's got some blocking. He's going to be knocked out of bounds close to the first down. We'll have to see where the ball is spotted. From the initial indication, we'll see it's awfully close. Maybe third down and third, about a half yard for Logansport. Clock stopped after Russell was knocked out of bounds. 6:56 to go, first quarter. Logansport 9, Arsenal Tech nothing. Homecoming here at LMH Stadium. And the Berries in the all red. Red jerseys, red pants, and the black. Half yard for the Berries. Coming in motion is Russell. Now counter handoff to Chris J. Renee, who's hit at the line of scrimmage. Breaks one tackle. He'll have the first down. Nicely done by Renee. As he turned nothing into something. A gain of 3. And another first down for Logansport at the 41-yard line of Tech.
Yeah, you're going to have to bring your physical game when you come here to LMH Stadium because we are going to pound and pound, and we have a lot of people that are really good at blocking for those runners.
6:42 to go. First quarter, Logansport 9, Arsenal Tech nothing. We invite you to stay tuned for the Logansport Memorial Hospital Sports Medicine halftime show. I'll have the King and Queen revealed and a special guest coming our way as well. 1st and 10 for the Berries. Shamari Giddings in motion to the left. Now Mock rolls out to his left. Got a man open and he goes through the fingertips. That was well done by Kevin Wycliffe. As Giddings was open initially, Mock threw it, and by the time he got to Giddings, Kevin Wycliffe almost came up with the interception. Yeah, was fortunate there.
Yeah, Wycliffe was reading that play all the way as Mock just kind of rolled out and tossed it and nearly intercepted. I mean, that should have been intercepted, in fact. So a big break for the Berries.
Most definitely. So the best incomplete pass of the season, perhaps, for the Berries. Is that could have been disastrous.
That's right.
2nd down and 10 for Logansport. They have it at the Tech 41-yard line. Bow split out wide to the left. Giddings in motion to the left. Now Mock back to pass. Now screen to Grayson Long, who's got some running room. We're going to get a holding call as Diego Posley grabbed one of the Tech men and just threw him to the ground. So that will negate a pretty good gain. And there's a second flag that came in. Perhaps they both saw the hold.
I wonder if DeValle had one as well. But
yep. So Diego Posley grabbed the shirt. Now he knocked him. He threw him to the ground. So that was well done by Posley. But you can't grab the jersey when you're trying to block. So holding on Logansport. 10-yard mark off from the spot of the foul. The down will remain the same though. So it stays 2nd down for Logansport, but 2nd down and long.
And I got to say, one of my favorite plays is when they send Grayson out to the side to get a pass and try to get a big gain. So kind of sad that ended a penalty. Yeah. I would have liked to have seen what Grayson could do with that sideline.
And Posley was trying to get him to the sideline, which he did, but unfortunately grabbed that jersey of the would-be tackler. So back at the 48-yard line is where Logansport will snap the football. 2nd down and 16 from the Arsenal Tech 48-yard line. They need to get down to the 31, so actually 2nd down and 17. For the Berries. Aaron Bow split out wide to the right. Giddings in motion to the left. Now the pitch to the left side to Giddings. Tries to wait for his blockers to set up, and that was well done. We're going to flag. Ball is knocked loose. Well, they say that Giddings' knee was down, but nicely done by Stephen Fox, who shook off the blocker, made the tackle. And we'll see. Did he grab a face mask, or was there a hold on the block? We'll have to wait and see. Let the officials on the far side trying to sort things out with 5:36 to play in our first quarter. Logansport on top 9-0 here on homecoming. Looks like there's a couple of fouls. The referees have been busy. Personal foul, grabbing the face mask on Indianapolis Tech. And that's a big penalty, 15 yards, and that's unfortunate for the Titans because Fox did a great job shedding that blocker, making the tackle, but unfortunate for the Titans, he grabbed the face mask. The Coach Lang penalty tracker, penalty number 2 for 25 yards now for Arsenal Tech. One penalty for 10 yards so far for the Berries. Now, it will not be an automatic first down, but the 15-yard mark off makes it second down and about a yard and a half for a Logansport first down.
From 2nd and 16 to just a few yards. Berries better capitalize on this one.
No question about it. Second and short for Logansport. Ortiz in the fullback position. Isaac Russell in motion to the right. Mock rolls out to his right under heavy pressure. He is going to be tackled for a loss. There's a flag on the play as well. Thrown in the area where Brady Bear was engaged with one of the defenders for Arsenal Tech. So that could be holding on the Berries, but because of the loss, I would think the Titans would decline the penalty. The Titans will decline the penalty. It is a hold on Brady Bear. The penalty is declined, so the sack will make it third down. Line. Logansport needs to get to the 31.
The Arsenal Tech defense came around that right edge and was just right on the trail of Isaac Mock as he rolled out to the right, and that looked like it had like fumble written all over it, just because Mock couldn't see him behind him. I wonder if he felt that pressure.
Well, whatever issues Arsenal Tech was having defensively in that first possession, they fixed whatever was ailing them. They have been very stout on this possession.
Yeah, and very interestingly, Logansport's kind of switched to some passing plays through here where they just ran the ball right down their throat all the way down the field in that first series. So you wonder if there's a reason they're not kind of going to go back to the run, or if they're going to go ahead and try that and see how it goes. But they're obviously trying to surprise the other team by doing something they're not used to doing. But, man, did they manhandle them in that. So I'm not sure what I didn't see an official indication, but they moved the ball back to the 45. So I guess, Tech maybe decided to take the penalty instead of the down. So they accepted the penalties. That's the second penalty for the Berries. A 10-yard holding penalty, moves it back to the around the right side and had the corner, but a nice open field tackle that time. Turn around, son, so I can get your number. Nicely done that time. Jugo Barragan, just a sophomore. Looked like Russell was going to be able to run for a long time, but a great tackle in the open field, only a 2-yard pickup. Yeah, that was pretty amazing, Joe, because it looked like that the runner going to have a lot of space, and so that open field tackle there on the right side of the field was excellent.
Yes, it was. So third down and 11 for Logansport. 4:20 to go, first quarter. The Berries 9, Arsenal Tech nothing. Homecoming here at LMH Stadium on a packed house here at LMH Stadium. Now Mock under center. Aaron Bow split out wide to the right. Russell in motion. Mock back to pass. They're going to set up a screen. And Luis Ortiz has some running room, has some blockers in front of him. Inside the 35. Inside the 30. He'll have a first down. What a play call that time from the Berries, and well executed. Some good blocking, and Luis Ortiz with some good open field running.
Yeah, Ortiz had all kinds of options on that play as Mock rolled out to the right, and there was a pursuit to the left like in any good screen pass. He just threw right over it. All of a sudden, there's 3 blockers for the runner to go downfield, and I think only a couple of defenders. Down. That was kind of pick your direction, and hopefully the blocking kind of fits that.
And after the play, or during the play, a roughing the passer penalty on Arsenal Tech.
Oh,
they
wow.
hit Isaac Mock late after he delivered the football. So that will be half the distance. The third penalty for Arsenal Tech, according to the Met Lang penalty tracker, and they have been some major fouls so far. A holding penalty, a personal foul face mask, and now personal foul roughing the passer. So 3 major penalties.
This game has been nothing if it's not entertaining, Joe. Like all the penalties of this series has just been ridiculous.
So Logansport has it first down and 10 at the Arsenal Tech 13-yard line. 3:41 to go here in the first quarter. The Berries on top, 9-0. Now pitch to the right, and some running room for Shamari Giddings. Is inside the 5. Spin move. He is close to the goal line. He is spun down, and they're going to say that they thought he might have been down, but the ball popped loose.
He had to have been across the goal line, I would think.
Yep.
He did a flip and the ball came out, but I was pretty sure he was over the line.
Or at the very least maybe down, but unfortunately for the Berries, they're going to rule that was a fumble. Logansport, and it goes out of bounds, so it'll be marked at the 5-yard line.
Wow, he looked like he was going to glide right in. He did a spin move on his way into the end zone, flipped upside down. The ball came out back right, and out of bounds.
Well, the officials now having a discussion because maybe they saw what you saw, Dave, that he maybe broke the plane of the goal.
Yeah, I think he broke the plane and then it just popped out on that hit.
Or maybe his knee was down, but whatever, still involved in a discussion. If the play stands as originally called, it'll be 2nd and goal for Logansport at the 5-yard line. And that will be what they decide after the meeting of the minds.
The officials must not have got my group text. I texted them and I said, hey, he was over the goal line, but they must not.
I got your text, but I'm powerless to do anything about it, Dave. I'm sorry. 2nd and goal for Logansport. Clock stopped as the ball went out of bounds on the fumble. Ball spotted at the 5. 3 minutes, 28 seconds to play. In our first quarter, Logansport on top 9-0. Isaac Russell split out wide to the right. Luis Ortiz in the backfield behind Isaac Mock. Ortiz gets the handoff up the middle. He is going to be close to the goal line. He'll have the first down, though. Mark him at the 1-yard line. So 1st and goal for the Berries on that solid gain from Luis Ortiz, gain of 4 on that play.
Yeah, you gotta love having the option of 1st and pretty much 1.
Oh yeah,
that always feels really good, especially for a running team.
Oh yeah,
right.
So 1st and goal at the 1. Clock running. 3 minutes, 5 seconds to play. First quarter. It's Logansport 9, Arsenal Tech 0. The Berries though knocking on the door to add to this 9-point lead.
I want to see the Superman over the pile. I'll never get it, but.
Ortiz gets the handoff around the left side, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. 2nd touchdown of the day for Luis Ortiz. It is 15-0 with the... See how Logansport wants to play it. They go for 1 or go for 2, maybe to get it up to 17. We'll have to wait and see. It looks like Humberto Baez is out there, so they will go for 1 to try and make this a 16-0 Logansport game lead with just
game, but fun game obviously for the Berries. Is the crowd's rocking, the stadium is packed, and we're having a great time here.
Yep. Looks like Juvensley Sejor.
Ooh, Juvensley's out there?
Out there, yeah, the kick is up. It is no good. Juvensley was carrying one of the flags. The kick was wide to the right. So the score remains 15-0 with 2:57 to go here in quarter number 1 as the Arsenal Tech Titans in town. As we mentioned during the pregame show, Dave, maybe for the last time in a while, as Arsenal Tech has made the decision to leave the North Central Conference at the end of this academic and athletic year. I wanted to be stay closer to home in Indianapolis, and that only makes sense. There's a number of schools right in their own neighborhood that they can go and don't have to make all these long trips, especially to Kokomo, Logansport, and the Lafayette schools.
That's true, Joe. I mean, I'm going to miss them, even though my experience is limited with facing these guys, but I was very impressed by their setup at their school and how kind of cool it looks. Obviously, an old Civil War arsenal, and just a really cool campus over there, and just a really kind of cool atmosphere if you ever got a chance to travel over there. But now, maybe not get the chance as much here because the Logansport isn't going to be playing them.
And their football stadium is really, really neat, and the press boxes, the stands aren't very tall, so we got a great vantage point from their press box, but that's a distant memory, at least for the time being. But who knows? They were an original member of the North Central Conference way back when. They left the conference and came back, so who knows? But this time they may not be coming back based on the...
If you have the Facebook, Joe, I did post a video of their stadium when we arrived the last time I was there, so you can take a look at the visuals if you scroll back a couple years on our Facebook.
Okay, Humberto Baez to kick off a high end-over-end kick. It is fielded by Nunu Johnson, and Johnson will set up a return to the right, and he's got some running room across the 30. Into the open field is Nunu Johnson. Turns it back inside. He's still on his feet.
I pulled his face mask off.
It's Tristan Kitchell. Now he said, well, if I'm going to get 15 yards for grabbing the face mask, I'm going to make it worth my while. He just yanked the helmet right off of Nunu Johnson, who looks to be okay, fortunately. That could have been dangerous. Nothing malicious on Tristan. He's just trying to grab a hold of anything to...
And then when he thought he ran out of room, he tried to cut it all the way back across the field, kind of in a straight line, and that face mask was about the only time or the only thing between pay dirt, because it looked like he was going to... if he broke away from maybe one more person, he was gone.
No question about it. So Tristan Kitchell, did grab the face mask, but that does save a touchdown, at least for the time being. So Arsenal Tech will have it 1st down and 10, and after they spot it, we'll see probably around the 21-yard line after the official marks it off. And it is at the 21 where Tech will take over 1st down and 10.
Great momentum here for Arsenal as the Berries defense starts in the remaining sun of the field looking into it.
Yep, 2:45 to go, first quarter, 15-0. Logansport. Tech with great starting field position. Now a handoff to Campbell around the right side, and he's got some running room. Inside the 5-yard line, he'll have a first down. They'll mark him at the 4. As Campbell had a huge hole that time. Tech's best play of the day offensively, and the Titans are in business, first and goal.
I'm not sure the Berries defense have had much time to warm up kind of tonight because they haven't been needed. So this is tough to try to stop somebody who's already kind of in the red zone.
Second and goal, or first and goal, beg your pardon. Keeping it himself is Malachi Allen, and he drags the pile close to the goal line. We'll mark him just shy of the goal line, about the half-yard line. It will be second down and goal for Arsenal Tech, and now we got a flag on the play.
Maybe some unsportsmanlike over there.
Yep, looks like Evante Campbell had a word with the official, and it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on Arsenal Tech, and those are the kind of mistakes you cannot afford when you have it second and goal at the half-yard line.
Yeah, it was kind of almost a fake run to the right, and I saw the Berry defenders kind of words said down there I saw, and obviously probably each player kind of jockeying for he said this, but in the end there's no reason for that. There's no reason for the tomfoolery.
So, tomfoolery.
That's right.
How about that? So the Matt Lang penalty tracker, 4 penalties for 52 yards for Arsenal Tech. So all of their penalties have been of the major variety so far. The Berries also with a bunch of major penalties, 3 for 35. So the Matt Lang penalty tracker getting the workout. So after the penalty, second down and goal for Arsenal Tech at the Logansport 16-yard line. Clock running, 2:15 to go, first quarter. Tech trailing 15-0. Now on the option is Allen. Allen breaks the tackle. Drags Tristan Kitcher with him to around the 10-yard line. Solid gain on second down for Indianapolis Tech. So a manageable third and goal, but third and goal from the 10-yard line. And a big opportunity for the Berries to come up with a big stop. But based on what we've seen out of Tech's kicking game, you would think that field goal is probably not in the offing. So 4-down territory, you would think, for the Titans. With 1:40 to go here in our first quarter, the Berries on top, 15-0. Now Allen hands the ball off to Campbell. Campbell breaks the tackle, drags a couple of Berries forward with him inside the 5. They'll mark him at the 4. And that will make it 4th down and goal. And the Titans giving no indication about a kick, so they will go for it here. 4th and goal. So here's a big play for this Logansport defense,
who, if they do make the play, are going to start off an interesting field position backed up, but we got to stop them first.
Yep. I'm surprised. So here's a huge play. 4th down and goal now in the Wildcat. Evante Campbell directly in the center, goes over his head.
That was
Campbell will fall on it, but a big loss back to the 18-yard line, and the Berries will take over on downs, and a huge momentum swing right there.
Yeah, and I mean, I was just talking about if the Berries made a stop, they'd be backed up on their own 2 or something, and there's a fumbled snap, a snap that goes through the quarterback's fingers, and gosh.
Yeah, it's just not gone well for Indianapolis Tech, and other than the kick return game from Nunu Johnson.
And they even fueled up the Berries, who had a comfortable lead by getting that penalty of unsportsmanlike conduct. That's only going to get the team to kind of rally and kind of get energized. So, wow, nothing worse could have happened from that penalty. So
Logansport will take over. First down and 10 at their 18-yard line. 56.7 seconds to play in our first quarter. The Berries on top, 15-0. Aaron Ball split out wide to the right. Ortiz in the backfield behind Isaac Mock. Now counter play to Shamari Giddings, I believe, and that was blown up by the interior of that defensive line from Arsenal Tech. Jamel Luckett in on the stop. Loss of 4 back to the 14-yard line. We'll make it second down and long. And the Berries, there is a 6-second difference between the game clock and the play clock, so the Berries will have to snap at least one more play here in this first quarter. They're on top, 15-0. Late in quarter number 1. Again, we invite you to stay tuned for the Logansport Memorial Hospital Sports Medicine Halftime Show. We'll have the homecoming king and queen announcement and a very special guest, a name familiar to anyone who's followed the Logansport's athletic department here in the last few years. Now we got 2 men in motion at the same time on Logansport, so the Coach Lang penalty tracker has been busy. $40 yards of penalties for Logansport, 52 yards of penalties for the Titans, according to the Matt Lang penalty tracker. So I'm not sure what the discussion is, Dave. Two guys moved before the snap. It's a 5-yard penalty. You move it 5 yards, and you go from there. So,
yeah, this stoppage of play just had me looking down at the homecoming king and queen candidates that are mobile in the first quarter. I'm not sure if they're gearing up for their halftime extravaganza.
Could be. So following the mark off. So second and long for the Berries. Second down and 19 with 9.2 seconds to play. And now the clock will restart following the yardage mark off from the penalty, and that will end our first quarter. It is Logansport 15, Indianapolis from Logansport.
That concludes the first quarter of play with Logansport leading 15-0.
Let's go back to Joe and Dave.
Welcome back to Indianapolis, to Logansport. Sorry, Dave, a little bit confused.
Technical, that's all right.
That's all right. So a big moment in between quarters, Dave.
Yeah, as the kind of some of the brass, the principal Matt Jones, Superintendent Starkey, Brian Strong. Was there somebody else? The athletic director down there wheeled out a kind of a souped-up golf cart. Pretty cool looking thing. Yeah, pretty good.
I think we're off.
And it looks like we may be back.
Okay, I think we are. Sorry for the technical difficulties. So the Berries will have it second down and 19. Handoff to Ortiz out to the 15-yard line. Give him 4 on that play. Give him 6, beg your pardon, on that play.
Luis Ortiz on the carry.
So mark it right at the 15-yard line, where it will be third down and a bunch. Third down and 23 from the 15-yard line. Now got a stoppage of play as Coach Johnson.
The scoreboard says third and 13.
Well, it was second and 19, 6-yard penalty, but perhaps that was mistaken. But anyway, Dave, in between quarters, there's a special presentation. Looks like our athletic trainer Sydney Latham gets herself a nice fancy Berries golf cart. A big step up.
Yeah, that thing looked like it was owned by a celebrity. It was so flashy.
So now we're going to have the officials head over to Indianapolis Tech because I'm not sure how this down and distance came to be. As the ball is spotted at the 15, the yard markers are positioned between the 28 and the 38. I don't know how. When was Logansport ever at the 28-yard line? They were at the 18, were they not? Following the fumble.
You know, it's been so long since we had a lot of
I think they got it confused. I think they went from the 28 to the 38, and it should have been from the 18 to the 28.
If only they had a connection to your headset, Joe, because you usually know what's going on. But
I don't know about that.
The folks out there are struggling with the reality of the situation.
Well, it's going to be still their sticks are going to remain. So they were never at the 28. How did they position them there? It's a mystery to me.
Yep, maybe they'll change the scoreboard.
So 3rd and long. Isaac Mock rolls out. They set up a screen to Grayson Long, and he is tackled right away. Nice big hit that time from Jugo Berrigan, as he had Grayson Long in his sights. And a loss back to the 10-yard line, and Logansport will have to punt it away.
Rough series there for the Berries, but
yes, it was.
We are looking good so far at 15-0, so hopefully we can get a punt that gets us out of trouble here, backed up.
And now remember, last year the Berries led 20-0 at one point versus Indianapolis Tech and had to hang on for dear life to get a 20-14 win, so Tech is used to coming back. Now Mock will punt it away. It is blocked, and Indianapolis Tech is going to fall in the end zone for a touchdown. It looked like he might try to fake punt it. I'm not sure, as he was kind of doing that rugby-style kick, which he's very good at, but he ran out of room, and the ball was blocked, and just like that, it's 15-6 with the point after to come, and the Titans may go for 2. We'll see. But, boy, what a change, what a turn of events.
Absolutely. The Arsenal Tech coaches beside us were just in hysterics, so excited, and it kind of reminds me of, I think, past games where the energy in the booth has been momentum,
yes,
but that one little mistake has got them where they need to get some more momentum going.
So Dre Berry on for the point after touchdown. Snap is good, and hold is good. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And just like that, 10:27 to go. It is 15-7 Logansport on top of Arsenal Tech.
And the Berries kind of giving one away there a little bit, with some crucial mistakes.
Still the positioning of the yard markers continues to mystify me. Logansport, following the stoppage of downs, took over 1st down and 10 at their 18-yard line. The quarters changed. When we started the second quarter and changed ends of the field, the chains were from the 28 to the 38. Well, how could that be if the series started at the 18?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you, Joe. I didn't really understand what was going on the sideline. And then the scoreboard, when it was...
Well, they were going on what had transpired at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
From where the yard markers should have been. I'm not sure.
There's 10 yards missing off of the scoreboard as far as the down and distance. So, a lot of crazy things happening tonight, but the Berries just got to move right ahead. The past is the past, and we'll see, if we can get that run game going again, as it's worked very good for us tonight.
And so now what's going on? Well, they decided that we should probably go the same direction that we should. So Indianapolis Tech was getting ready to kick off to the wrong side. So the official's like, we just messed up the yard markers. Let's not mess this up. So they'll kick off.
Well, I could see our students being tired for homecoming week, Joe, but I'm not sure why.
Yep.
Arsenal's got the long trip, I guess.
And now making his way into the stands is Jordan Chinchilla, a defensive end starter last year who was involved in one of those controversial plays at Tech last year as he was engaged with one of the Indianapolis Tech running backs, finished the play, tackled him, and they gave him a penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct for tackling a guy. So, still never seen anything like that. That was quite a trip to Tech last year.
That's right. That rings a bell, Joe, that particular play.
So, another low bouncing kick, and the Berries will field it right at the 30-yard line, and going down to his knee immediately is Tate Strong. So, apparently that's what the Berries coaching staff wants their up men to do. If you get a squib kick, let's not risk a turnover. Let's just field it cleanly, take a knee, and we'll take over in decent field position. 1st down and 10 at the Logansport 30-yard line. That's where the Berries will take over and start. And this is a big series, Dave, as you mentioned, all the momentum on Indianapolis Tech side following that block punt in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of got to finish your opponent when you got the chance, and the Berries unable to do that, and now, the Arsenal Tech's one series away from an equalizer.
Oh, yeah. 10:26 to play here in our first half. Logansport 15, Arsenal Tech 7. The Berries take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Chris J. Renee in motion to the left, gets the pitch around the left side, and has his blocker set up across the 35-yard line. He's knocked out of bounds close to the 1st down. That was good blocking at the point of attack. Chris DeValle leading the way. Give Renee 9 yards on that carry, out to the 39. Make it 2nd down and 1 for the Berries. And the clock continues to run now. 10 minutes to go here in our first half. And a 15-7 Logansport lead.
Arsenal Tech has some pretty big guys up front, pretty
Yes,
tall
they do.
guys on this side, able to pursue that run.
So now Isaac Russell splits out wide to the right. Isaac Mock under center. And second and short for the Berries. Shamari Giddings in motion to the right. Inside handoff to Ortiz. He'll have the first down. And a flag comes in the neighborhood normally of offensive holding, so we'll have to wait and see, as the Matt Lang penalty tracker has been very, very busy here tonight. Vast difference than last week, Dave. We hardly had any penalties.
Yeah, you talked about that game flew by.
Yep.
You guys were out of here early.
That will not be the case tonight based on at least the way we've started. It's going to be a face mask on Arsenal Tech. Just a 5-yard variety, but that's still the 5th penalty for 57 yards. And that is just the 2nd penalty. That is not a major penalty, one for each side. Every penalty so far has been of the major variety except for these 2 5-yard penalties, one for Logansport and one for Arsenal Tech. And the result of the play will give Logansport a first down. First down and 10 for the Berries at their own 49-yard line. Shamari Giddings in motion to the right. Isaac Mock now rolls out to his right. He's got a man wide open. Isaac Russell, he catches it in stride, and it's complete inside the 20. Down to the 14-yard line. What a throw by Isaac Mock. Russell was open, and he hit him in stride.
Yeah, that's so hard to do, too, Joe, is Russell just out in front of 2 or 3 defenders that were just kind of trailing. And so Isaac didn't, Isaac to Isaac, right? Isaac didn't have to slow down for that ball. Mock put it right on the money, kind of diagonally from the left to the right side of the field. And that could have been a touchdown if not for those defenders being there.
37-yard completion. Now Arsenal Tech will take a timeout, chance to regroup. So with 9:15 to go, second quarter, and the Berries needed a response after that block punt in the end zone for a touchdown. And so far, they've delivered on this possession.
And oftentimes in high school, Joe, when you get a guy that wide open, you start to kind of tense up. And, that's when an underthrown ball or an overthrown ball happens. But wow, that looks like they practiced it in practice and right in the breadbasket. That was just a beautiful play. And now the Berries have a lot of momentum as they're in the red zone and ready to try to get a score.
Yep, first down and 10 at the 14 following that gain of 37 yards. Isaac to Isaac, Mock to Russell.
That was awesome.
The only thing better would have been Steve Isaacs calling the play on that one. So maybe he can come in and be a guest one of these days for an Isaac to Isaac called by Isaacs. How about
we could
that?
Bring it back. Heck, I'd like to see his band perform for us on the radio halftime show. Why not?
We could try and arrange that, and maybe my favorite country music artist, Ozzy Osbourne, can warm up for him before he decides to leave the country. As Ozzy said, he was heading back to Great Britain, he said.
It's too crazy over here, he said. He's got to get out of here.
Yeah, because Ozzy's pretty sane. So anyway, first.
And just a shout out to King Charles III and rip to Queen Elizabeth, because that was very sad. Speaking of England,
73 years. That's quite a run. So yep, long live the Queen. First and 10 for the Berries, and the Matt Lang penalty tracker again. And that's going to be illegal motion on the Berries. Each team with 5 penalties, 45 yards of penalties for Logansport. 57 yards worth of penalties for the Titans.
It hasn't always been pretty, Joe, tonight.
What is it about Tech and Logansport? They're just crazy things seem to happen. We had a bunch of penalties a couple years ago at this stadium. Last year, after that 20-0 lead with some questionable plays and some by the official score and the officials, it's just maybe that's why they're leaving the conference. They can't handle these crazy games between these two squads. First and 15 for Logansport. They have it at the Indianapolis Tech 19. Chris J. Renee in motion to the left. Gets the pitch to the left. He's got some blockers in front of him. Ortiz with a nice block. Renee still on his feet inside the 10. Inside the 5. Very close to a first down. What a job by Ortiz leading the way. And give Chris J. Renee some extra yardage.
And we always talk about it, Joe. The Berries offense very good at getting blockers out front. The runners very good at being patient, hitting those holes, throwing in some bonus spin moves just for fun, and just hard driving at the end, right? Holding the ball and hard driving. So hopefully, we are very close to the first down, and we can get one right here inside the 5 or get that touchdown.
They will rule that Renee's knee would touch down at the 5, so it'll be 2nd and 1, but that's not bad considering it was 1st and 15. So nice gain on first down for the Berries, and a very manageable 2nd down in the yard. Giddings in motion, and off to Ortiz up the middle. He'll have the first down. Not much more than that, but didn't need a whole lot. Gets down to the 3, a pickup of 2. First and goal for the Berries at the 3-yard line with 8:23 to go. In our first half, Logansport on top 15-7. And this would be huge to punch it into the end zone and respond to that block punt for a touchdown that Tech just threw at the Berries.
Logansport's quarterback, Isaac Mock, doing a great job there of faking the handoff to the guy running to the right beside him, and kind of did a no-look, right? You kind of look as if you're looking at the ball going to the right when actually it's going right up the middle. So nice strategery here for the Logansport offense.
And Isaac was the Pep Club candidate, right, for Homecoming King. Didn't make the Final Five, but he was one of the nominees. And now Ortiz will drag a couple Titans into the end zone. Another flag on the play. Again, in the neighborhood of holding. We'll have to wait and see. Ortiz did get a touchdown. If it stands, it'll be his third touchdown of the half. But this may come back, and based on the Berries' body language, it looks like it's going to be holding on Logansport, and this will come back. It's going to be a personal foul, a chop block on the Berries. So the Matt Lang penalty tracker. We're going to run out of paper, Dave Packard. That's what I get for not moving into the 21st century and doing this electronically.
And, as I look at my list here, Joe, you talked about Isaac Mock. Yes, Isaac Mock and Cassidy Cuppy, Bill Cuppy's daughter, were the Pep Club King and Queen candidates.
I thought I saw those two posters in the hallway the other day.
Yep.
So a 15-yard personal foul, chop block, back to the 17-yard line, 1st and goal. So Titans had a critical penalty inside the 5 on a possession. Now the Berries with a big penalty inside the 5. These two teams really hurting themselves with penalties. And now we get a stoppage of play, and I believe Coach Johnson will take a timeout. He does. That's their first charge timer. They have 2 left, so no point in saving them. You can't take them into the second half, and this would be a good time to take a timeout and regroup, because the Berries still have a chance to score, but it's much more difficult now that it's 1st and goal from the 17.
Wow, and we talk about these great situations, and they're immediately marred by bad situations. You're sitting down there trying to get a first down with kind of 1 yard to go, and now you're 1st and 17 on the 17. But the Berries have 4 downs, and they have some really good running and some passing showing up as well. Coach Johnson and the staff mixing it up and making a nice run. As the homecoming candidates start to get a little nervous, as they're going to be on display at halftime. Maybe we should run through the whole cast of candidates halftime, Joe.
Okay, well, first we got a score I can pass on. Pioneer 28, Caston 8, midway through the second quarter. So I just wanted to pass that on. So
you are a human ticker.
Well,
sports ticker.
It's called Twitter. So and Principal Brook from Pioneer Twitter was nice enough to post that score. So thank you, Mr. Brook. We appreciate that. Of course, he's the girls basketball coach at Pioneer. I can't wait for that Cass County Invitational Basketball Tournament. You got exposed last year for the first time. Are you ready to do it again?
Yeah. See if we can get our votes to count towards MVP. It'd be exciting. Joe about ran out of the booth.
Yeah, I'm running far away from that comment.
I don't know. I just
1st and goal for Logansport at the 17-yard line, and now counter play. And big run for Renee. Drags a couple of players on his feet. Inside the 10, inside the 5. And they're trying to drag him close to the goal line, but they'll mark him at around the 4-yard line. An inspired run that time from Chris J. Renee. Great to see him healthy after he missed the last 2 seasons due to injury.
Yeah, a whole combination. If you could see this, folks, on basically the left hash, that was like 4 or 5 players on either team doing the waltz as the runner was kind of held and spun around. And, it seemed like they went about 10 yards with everybody dancing together and pushing forward.
Well, if you're keeping track, we've got a Tom Fuller. We're not even halfway through the second quarter, so you're in mid-season form, my
Dave
friend.
Packard bingo, word bingo.
2nd and goal from the 4 for the Berries. Ortiz gets the handoff. And Dave, a penalty was thrown on that play.
Somebody's going to have to do laundry. You're not going to be able to see these flags. They're going to have grass stains all over them.
And again in the area of offensive holding. Now a personal foul and another chop block for Logansport. I'm not sure if we've seen a chop block all season, Dave. We've seen 2 on this possession.
And, it's been said in history before, the humanity. And the humanity of all these calls, Joe. I can't believe it.
7th penalty for the Berries, 75 yards. 5 penalties for 57 yards for Indianapolis Tech. And was that the Hindenburg disaster? Yeah, very, very, very dark moment in American history. That was, I can't imagine.
It's one of
for that radio announcer to witness that live. That had to be awful.
Yeah.
So following the chop block, It's back to the 19-yard line. So 2nd and goal. The Berries did have it 1st and goal at the 17. A great run by Renee. Got him knocking back on the door. But now it's 2nd and goal, and they lost a couple yards. So not only did they lose it down, they lost a couple yards. 2nd and goal from the 19. See if maybe we can get Grayson Long involved in the pass game here. Isaac Mock back to pass. He's got a man open. Chris J. Renee makes the catch. It is a touchdown. Chris J. Renee. As he was...
Well, he kind of had to come back to that ball. It seemed like did. Joe into defenders and got it.
So a 19-yard, like I said, throw the ball to Renee. It's a 19-yard touchdown pass to Chris J. Renee. It is 21-7 with the point after to come.
Boy, the drop back kind of right over the top. And those defenders were close, but the Berry receiver kept his eye on the ball and grabbed it.
Yeah, it looked like there were 3 guys around Chris J. Renee, but he was able to haul it in, took the hit.
Yeah, took the hit and made sure the ball didn't hit the ground or whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he completed the process of the catch. So Calvin Johnson somewhere is smiling.
That's right.
So Humberto Baez, who's 1 out of 2 in point afters.
You know, that's kind of a dated Lions reference nowadays.
Not that I've forgotten that play in James. So Humberto Baez for the point after. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. And the kick is good. First half, it is Logansport 22.
Oh, there's a flag, Joe.
There's a flag on the play.
We were too busy talking about the extra point. Against Tech again.
So that penalty will be marked off on the kickoff. And the way Nunu Johnson has returned it, that could be a big penalty for Arsenal Tech. So Humberto Baez will be able to kick off from the 40, from Indianapolis Tech territory, I believe. So he can maybe just kick it out of the back of the end zone. Don't even give Nunu Johnson a chance to put his hands on the ball, as he's had 2 great returns so far tonight.
A lot of friendly conversations misconstrued here with flags as Arsenal Tech just struggling to keep it together a little bit on their personalities.
And all of these penalties, I think 1 5-yard penalty for each squad. Other than that, it's all been of the major variety. 6 penalties for 72 yards for Arsenal Tech. 7 penalties, 75 yards for the Berries, including 2 chop blocks on the same possession. But the Berries were able to overcome that on a great pass and catch combination. Mock to Chris J. Renee. And the Berries on top 22-7 and a big response after that touchdown from Arsenal Tech.
Yeah, we got a 2-possession game here with 6:50 left in the half, and you got to think that the Berries would really like to have a great special teams play right here and make sure that Arsenal Tech has to go most of the field to get this.
If it's a personal foul, can't the Berries kick off from, Humberto is trying to kick from the 40. Humberto, move up 15 yards.
Oh, my gosh. He can move up, and that means all the Tech people at 50-yard line have to
move back.
Well, they're learning some ins and outs of football.
That's right.
Because you don't really teach penalty football that much. You're trying to just teach the other stuff. But
yeah, they need to.
Luckily, somebody's paying attention out there. They got them getting lined up. It is interesting to kick from this side of the 50-yard line, the 45.
Just kick it high and kick it long.
Yeah.
Humberto, don't let Nunu Johnson even have a chance for a return. The way he's returned the ball so far tonight.
Just like the water boy. Imagine a head on that ball and just.
There's your Adam Sandler reference
from
Adam Sandler Day Thursday. Humberto does what we were hoping he would do. Out of the back of the end zone, touchback. Arsenal Tech will take over first down and 10 at their own 20.
Yeah, Humberto, that ball actually hit the Happy Burger cow. It actually flew in the air and hit it. That was a great kick.
It didn't hit the Ponderosa restaurant, unfortunately.
Unfortunately not. I think there's a car where my steak used to be served as I ate the buffet over there.
Now, how did that place close?
That was the best place.
Everyone I talked to loved it.
I loved it.
I don't understand. That was always busy.
I don't know either. I mean,
I don't get it.
Just because I called it Ponderosa doesn't mean it was. It was good. It was good. But, when you're a kid, you make names.
Yep. So first down and 10 for the Titans. They take over at their own 20. 6:50 to go. Second quarter down 22-7. Now Campbell gets the handoff, and he is dragged down for a loss. Grayson Long with a big hit. And he's excited and well as he should be. And not just because he's one of the 5 finalists for Homecoming King. That was a big hit. Loss of 2 back to the 18-yard line. 2nd and 12 for Arsenal Tech.
And Grayson's just one of those defenders that's just hungry to make a hit. You know, he reminds you like I hate to go back, but Brian Urlacher, you know, one of those guys in the middle that just loves that kind of contact and athleticism out there. And so I'm glad that he got a little bit tonight here.
2nd down and 12. Arsenal Tech has it at their own 18-yard line, 6:10 and counting here in the first half. Back to pass now is Allen. Puts it up for grabs. Isaac Russell in perfect position, and he comes up with the interception. Well done by Isaac Russell, as Kevin Collins was covered like a blanket, and Russell with the INT, and Logansport takes over in Tech territory.
Yeah, Logansport on the side of the all the way, and Isaac Russell became the receiver on that pass, and he just took it away. And what a beautiful play. And now Logansport hopefully can kind of ride this lead and maybe even increase it going into the half. With 6 minutes left to go, I would think that we would run out most of this clock and try to get a score.
So the Berries will take over actually at the 47-yard line of Arsenal Tech, 1st down and 10. And our own Karen Stearns weighs in on the Ponderosa.
She did.
She said it was poor management. So Karen must not have. Maybe we can get a franchise and put Karen in charge.
Imagine that our news director gave us news on what we were asking about. How about that?
1st down and 10, Logansport at their Tech 47-yard line. Luis Ortiz gets the handoff up the middle. Short gain to the 45-yard line.
Now, what I remember about Ponderosa, Joe, is you would go as a kid, you know, as mostly as a kid, and you would order a meal, but then you would eat the all-you-could-eat buffet, and by the time the meal got to you, you were pretty much boxing it up because you'd already had your ice cream and your tacos and your, you know, everything that was on the bar. But yeah, very popular place.
Yes, it was. Logansport has it. 2nd down and 8. Karen Stearns said that she doesn't want to be the manager, but she'll be a cook. So, surprised there's no call on that one. Is that nothing malicious, just the way the two men collided. A big hit, but Renee was able to get down to the 43-yard line. Another 2-yard pickup, so the Berries have it 3rd down and 6. And 4-down territory from this spot on the field as we're down to 5 minutes to play.
Full night here, Joe. The sunset, you know, purple sky here, some clouds.
Yep. Our chief meteorologist, Karen Stearns, says it'll drop into the middle 50s in the overnight. So good night to open up those windows, get some fresh air in. Now handoff. And a big gain for Ortiz. 1st down and more inside the 30. Still on his feet. All the way down to the 23-yard line.
Wow.
Good hard run for Luis Ortiz.
And that was, you know, great blocking, really, because when he came through that hole, there was really nobody there, and he was able to run 10, 15 yards without anybody getting close to him. But great run there on the left side of the field, and the ball marked just inside the 23-yard line, as Clay Scott just said.
So the clock restarted after the chains move. 1st and 10, Logansport at the 23-yard line of Indianapolis Tech. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to play first half. Logansport 22, Indianapolis Tech 7. Now Isaac Mock under center. Shamari Giddings in motion to the right. Now counter handoff to Chris J. Renee. Breaks through the tackles. Inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. Mark him about a yard short. The Berries have had good success with that counter play all night long. And Renee with some good hard running.
I tell you what, a lot of high school teams can run the ball well, and the Berries are as good as anybody at their kind of misdirection and people going in different directions. And all night long, really, they've, you know, when they've been running the ball and kind of doing their thing, they've been successful. And they've thrown some passes in there. I think against this team, it's good to get some passes in against a good team.
No question.
So you can practice that for later games. So
2nd and short for Logansport at the Tech 14-yard line. Ortiz in the backfield behind Mock. He'll get the handoff. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, breaks that tackle, and we'll have a 1st down. Good second effort that time from Ortiz, who was stopped behind the line of scrimmage, but he's able to fight for a couple yards down to the 11. 1st down for Logansport.
So what's the total number of penalties we've had?
13 penalties so far. 7 for Logansport, 6 for Tech, but a lot of penalties. The yardage, 147 yards worth of penalties so far.
147 yards.
With 13 penalties. It's
Coach Shannon, Coach Lang just wondering, you know, what's that tracker doing up there? They think it might have been broken, you know, with like a speedometer.
We keep this up, it might be. So don't go far, Coach. 1st and 10 for Logansport at the 11, just outside of 1st and goal range. And now Shamari Giddings is tackled for a loss. Nicely done that time by Deshaun Walls, who read that play right away, shot through the line of scrimmage, and tackled Giddings for a big loss back to the 16-yard line.
Logansport continuing to kind of bleed this clock dry, which is really good for us. About 2.5 minutes now, and Logansport still in great business here. Because Tech will get the football to start our second half, so the Bears would love to put one on the board just before intermission. It's a good point. We don't normally have that ball first.
So the ball spotted at the 16-yard line, 2nd down and 15. The Bears can get a first down without getting a touchdown and get down to the 1-yard line. So now Chris J. Renee in motion. Isaac Mock rolls out to his left, finds his man. It is caught by Shamari Giddings. He steps out of bounds. Close to the first down. He'll be just a couple yards short. Looks like they'll mark him at the 4-yard line. 12-yard pickup for Giddings on 2nd and long. So make it 3rd down and 3 for the Berries.
And Giddings in front of the line of scrimmage, kind of running left with the quarterback, and Mock put it right on the money. I thought he's going to need to fire that in there to throw a bullet to kind of get it to him in momentum, and he did a perfect pass to him.
Yes, he did.
Caught it right on his side and ran up to almost score.
So a big 3rd down for Logansport with 2:04 to go here in the first half. 3rd down and 3. Logansport has it at the Indianapolis Tech 4-yard line. Now Mock will hand off to Ortiz. Ortiz hit at the line of scrimmage, moves the pile forward a little bit, but he's going to be short of the first down. He'll set up 4th down for the Berries, 4th and about 1.5 yards. They'll mark him just inside the 3. So Logansport again can get a first down without getting a touchdown. They need to get just inside the 1 and can get a first down. The Berries will go for it with 1:40 to go in our first half. Logansport on top, 22-7. And in a perfect world, Dave, the Berries will score with very few seconds left on the clock and not give Tech a chance to answer in this half.
And this is 4th
offensively.
and 2.
4th down and 2. And again, Logansport can get a first down without getting a touchdown. Let's see what the call is for the Berries. Now, option down. Isaac Mock with a touchdown. It is 28-7 with a point after to come.
And he got by with a little help from his friends as he got over the end zone. One of his friends just pulled him in with him. That was beautiful, Joe.
Yes, it was. Great drive for the Berries, as Dave talked about. Hopefully they could run out most of the clock, and they just about did. 1:14 to go here in our first half. Point after to come from Humberto Baez.
I got a text here from Tony Maple, one of my associates up at the Career Center.
Okay.
He said, I believe Ponderosa closed one that caught on fire. And I'm not sure if he's talking about that the Logan one may have caught on fire, or he's just talking about, the history of Ponderosa's disappearing. Okay.
The kick is up and it's good, but we have laundry on the field, so it's going to be offside.
Oh, my goodness.
On Indianapolis Tech. Well, the Berries do have the option to take it, get half the distance, and maybe decide to go for 2. We'll see.
Does that make the tracker?
Well, only if it's an accepted penalty. 5-yard penalty on Indianapolis Tech. It's going to be half the. So it'll be half the distance. So that will count. So that is penalty number 7.
Wow.
For Tech. Well, our news director from the Newsmaker hotline says it caught on fire after it closed.
Oh, then that must have been what Tony was talking about.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, maybe some arson involved.
Yeah.
Sorry. Brian's kick is up, and the kick is good. It is Logansport 29, Indianapolis Tech 7 with 1:14 to go here in our first half. But we have seen Nunu Johnson, a very dangerous man, on the kickoff return, so the Berries can't relax, even though they've got this big lead and the first half is just about over. Maybe try and kick it away from Nunu Johnson, or maybe a low kick to one of the upbacks, which Tech has done, because Nunu has been very, very good in the return game for Indianapolis Tech so far tonight.
I was going to say the same thing, Joe, a squib kick, something to not give him a chance to return it. That's all that the Berries don't need. Right. I didn't say that quite right, but the Berries have this great, comfortable lead. They would love to get into halftime and enjoy. We have a couple players on the team that are king candidates that might come out winners tonight of the homecoming king. So a great night here for the Logansport faithful and fans. And Joe's we're kind of posing for, I think, the school paper.
Gretchen Pratvogel for the Magpies. So when we say we have faces for radio, we now will have proof that we have faces for radio.
That's right. I'll probably be talking during it, but Matthew Paul's daughter on the Magpie staff doing a great job.
Very good.
He just has such nice kids, but he has such a nice family.
That's
so
right.
It's not surprising. But everybody and their mother is here, including and their daughters and sons.
Yep, last home game until October the 7th. The fans taking advantage of that in this nice weather. So Humberto Baez to kick it off, and he does squib kick it. And it gets away from Nunu Johnson. He will chase it back, and into the end zone goes Nunu Johnson. And he's got some running room across the 20, still on his feet, across the 25, and down to the 30-yard line. And all things considered, the Berries will take it the way Nunu has returned the ball so far tonight. Best job they've done on him so far tonight.
Absolutely, Joe. And I feel like when you're the runner and you have to, the ball bounces right past you on the ground, you have to run back for it and turn the corner in the end zone. It just sets you, it gives you a bad start.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I think Nunu was going to struggle to kind of get his momentum back in that, and the Berries covered that very well. So they kind of did what we said they would do. That ball rolled all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, well done by
Nunu
Humberto.
Had to go back and do a U-turn.
Yeah, it's one thing to squib kick. It's another thing to squib kick it and avoid the return man, and he was able to do that. Well done by Humberto Baez. First down and 10 for Arsenal Tech at their own 30-yard line. Allen will pass now to Campbell in the flat. Makes a man miss across the 35, across the 40, and he will step out of bounds wisely to stop the clock. Nicely done that time by Avante Campbell on the bubble screen. A gain of 14 yards out to the 44-yard line, so Tech in business. First down and 10. I believe they have 2 timeouts left with 58.8 seconds to go. And this is a big defensive stand for the Bears. They'd love to take this 29-7 lead into the locker room. Now back to pass is Allen. He's got a man open downfield, and he's going to be slightly overthrown as Aaron Bow did catch up. Nicely done by Bow. As Kevin Collins did have a step on him initially, but Bow with some good closing speed. And the pass falls to the turf incomplete. With 52.6 seconds to play here in our first half, the Berries on top 29-7.
Yeah, that pass seemed to be just had a little extra air over it or under it, and ended up 5 to 10 yards deep on that. But Arsenal Tech getting a great chance to do the 1-minute drill here on the Berries field against a good team and try to get some momentum back.
So Malachi Allen in the shotgun, Campbell in the backfield with him. 3 receivers split out to the left, 1 receiver split out to the right. Now screen to Campbell. Campbell has minimal yardage out across the 45. And now we've got some extracurricular activities after the play out of bounds on the Tech sideline, but no flag was thrown. But of course, there are flags back in the backfield. So I spoke too soon, Dave Packer.
Oh my gosh.
And somebody's upset with Arsenal Tech, so based on that, looks like it might be against Indianapolis Tech. We'll have to wait and see. Personal foul on Logansport. Personal foul on Tech. Those penalties will offset, I believe. So the Matt Lang penalty tracker will not be updated, or will it? So it looks like after all that's said and done. Well, now the officials, wait a minute, there looks like they...
And as they, offsetting penalties.
Yep. We do have a score. My alma mater, Clarkston, up in Michigan, tied with Madonna's alma mater, Rochester Adams, 7-7. So let's go Wolves. And not just because they're playing Madonna's alma mater, because that's my alma mater.
You might be my lucky star.
Oh, boy. That's an 80s reference, not a 90s. We're used to the 90s resets, but that's from way back, like 83, 84, a long time ago. When I was still a young man, that's how long ago that was. Second down and 10 for the Titans with 45.4 seconds to play in our second quarter. Logansport on top, 29-7. Homecoming here at LMH Stadium. Now Allen back to pass to Campbell in the flat is incomplete. That is a lateral, so that was a live ball. It goes out of bounds. And that's a big loss, as Chris DeValle and Tate Strong were chasing it down. But that was a backwards pass. That was a live ball. Fortunately for the Titans, it bounced out of bounds. But a big loss.
Campbell runs to the right in the flat. And it happened because the ball just went over my head.
So a big loss back to the 33-yard line. It will be third. 4-man front. Scotty Barron, Grayson Long, Tristan Kitchell, and Chris DeValle. The front 4 for Logansport on this play. On third and long for the Titans. Allen once again in the gun. High snap, but he's able to secure it. Now Tristan Kitchell on a big rush. He will throw it. It is going to be incomplete. Oh, it is caught. Intercepted by Aaron Bow on the deflection, and he's got some room on the return. Inside the 45, down to the 40-yard line. And still 25 seconds to go for the Berries, and I think they have 2 timeouts left. So on the deflection, Bow with the interception, and the Berries in business.
Yeah, that ball just popped up in the air, and he grabbed it. Then he tried to run from basically the total left side of the field way over to the right to try to get that kind of end around, kind of like you might do in a video game, Joe. You kind of do that kind of curve to go all the way across the field to try to get everybody. Pretty good coverage there on that interception by Arsenal Tech to stop the Berries from running up the score here.
But Logansport now has it first down and 10 at the Tech 39-yard line, 25.5 seconds left. I think Logansport with 2 timeouts left.
And a great challenge, Joe. Can you go 40 yards in 25 seconds with 2 timeouts?
How about
we will find out that answer.
How about sending Grayson Long on a fly pattern down the middle of the field and try and connect with him?
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about Megatron earlier, and he was. I think that Grayson Long can go up and get any ball that you give him a chance at. Unfortunately
for the Bears, they ran out of time on the play clock, so they have to spend one of their 2 timeouts. So they still have 1 remaining. You hate to use it when the clock is stopped, but you don't want to lose 5 yards. You want to make sure you get the right play call
here, because we've had patiently waiting for the last minute, but actually 5 minutes of game time, 10 minutes of game time. All of the homecoming queen and king candidates all dressed up in they're down the bend, the corner of the end zone on the one side of the field, just waiting for their opportunity to shine. But these 2 teams, they want to stay out here. They want to keep grinding. And we got a lot of stuff going on at halftime, Joe. We might have some pearls. We might talk about the homecoming king and queen candidates. We got our special guest that's coming that I think people will recognize, has some name recognition, I think.
And we got a halftime score to pass along. Lewis Cass 6, Tipton nothing at the half. So the Kings trying to go 4-0 to start the season. Great start to the season for Lewis Cass. And my alma mater, Clarkston, the Wolves lead Rochester Adams 14-7 up in Michigan. Here it's 29-7 Logansport on top of Tech with 25.5 seconds to go here in the first half.
How many Last Train references may you have had, Joe, in your life talking about being from Clarkston?
Just a couple.
It comes in my mind every time with music, with full music.
Christian Wicker in at split end, split out wide to the left.
I was about to say I wanted to see a deep touchdown to Wicker.
There we go.
One of these times. I wish
Chris
I would have
J.
said
Renee
it.
in motion. Now Mack back to pass. He's got the pass is overthrown and almost intercepted. As Isaac Russell was open initially, but the pass was overthrown. And there's that man again, Nunu Johnson, with a near interception. Had it on a dive. When he hit the turf, the ball popped it loose.
Yeah, unfortunately not high enough for the Berries receiver to go catch it. Because it did fly into the air, but...
And Isaac Russell said, well, he caught it, and I'm going to recover the fumble. But nice try, Isaac. But there's no question that was an incomplete pass. But, hey.
Yeah, he didn't hold it for very long.
Give him the, as Calvin Johnson would say, did not complete the process of the catch. So not that I have
that was
not that I have forgotten that play.
Oh, God.
Oh, I was so mad. I turned my TV off, and I didn't watch football the rest of that day.
Frustrating when some rule is just has
stupid.
no common sense, right?
Yeah.
No common sense.
So, second down and 10, 15.5 seconds to play. Logansport still with 1 timeout left. I can promise you I'm not going to throw it to Grayson Long because he's on the sideline on this play. Just caught to Isaac Russell on the slanting pattern. He'll have the first down inside the 25-yard line. The Berries, that's Tate Strong.
10 seconds.
The Berries will be able to spike it, or they choose to take their timeout. And they will take the timeout as Isaac Russell makes the catch. So this is their last timeout. The ball spotted at the 22-yard line. So the Berries will have to either get it into the end zone or to the sideline to try and stop the clock, or they can get a first down and maybe spike it. So they do have a chance maybe for a couple of plays, but they've got to go to the sideline or to the end zone. At the very least, get a first down. If they cannot get tackled in the field to play short of the first down, they'll run out of time.
I tell you what, I always think of kind of even 8 seconds play being a little bit iffy. So I'm saying, maybe one more play, and if you can stop the clock, figure it out, or you just go for it. I mean, if they're going to pass to the end zone, I think it's probably going to run out this clock unless they have maybe a second left.
Right.
I'm not sure how long that play would go. They're positioned there at about the 23-yard line or so, kind of in the middle of the 24, 20. Yeah.
Our trainer, Sidney Latham, with a new trainer cart from the Berry Booster Club and Carpenter's Local 615. Union for coming through with that, and that is
and she got a standing ovation that was just really touching. Everybody was teary-eyed.
And that is a sweet ride that she's going to be transporting herself in. Now mock back to pass, catches to Isaac Russell on the slant. He's got some running room inside the 5, down to the 4. 4.8 seconds left. The clock will stop, so the Berries do have time to clock it as the clock stops as they move the chains. Logansport quickly to the line of scrimmage. Mock gets him. The clock will start, and the Berries will run a play. Mock rolls out to his right under heavy pressure, and it is going to be intercepted in the end zone by Indianapolis Tech, who is tackled. It looked like that was Messiah Bolt, and we'll have our Logansport Memorial Hospital halftime show live from Logansport.
We will have a 20-minute.
Welcome back to LMH Stadium. Halftime here at Homecoming. Logansport 29, Indianapolis Tech 7.
Sport Berries, Mr. Matt Lang in the building.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Well, it's homecoming. We figured that was apropos to bring you back for homecoming, and was born because there was a boatload of penalties in the first half. You had looked it up at halftime. How many penalties? I don't know. We weren't keeping track. Like, you're not keeping track. So we said, we should probably do that. So, and the Matt Lang penalty tracker has gotten a workout tonight.
Yeah, I bet you with 14 penalties in the first half, everybody's sick of hearing my name by now.
Well, we're not sick of saying it. So, but in all seriousness, Coach, congratulations on the gig. Well deserved.
Oh, thanks, Joe, for that. It's been a little bit of time coming, but I'm really excited for the basketball season to come around. We just started our workouts on Wednesday, so we're ready to go.
And last year, you got to spend the time with your family in the stands as Noah during his senior year. That had to be a special way to celebrate his senior year.
Absolutely. It's definitely a different view from the other side of the bench than it is from the coaching side. But it is nice to be able to just be a dad for once and not coach your kid, but also a little bit tough on the same instance for not being able to call the action and see what's going on from the inside. So a little bit tough, but a lot of fun.
So, Matt, how much fun are you going to be having this season with the guys? I mean, you are a basketball fan through and through, a Logansport Berry through and through, and you're a funny guy out in the hallways when we're hanging out before class, after class. What kind of atmosphere are you going to kind of create? And also, what's the environment going to be like in the Berry Bowl? I want to hear, I want the lights to go down. I want the announcer to fire them up. Is that going to be something we'll see?
We hope so. If you know much about me, I'm a pretty fiery guy, and I like to show my play and that, so my players know that. We went this summer. I said there's a couple things. I said I play with an edge. I always did. We're going to be scrappers. We're going to play tough defense. We're going to set screens, and we're going to play with a heart that you haven't played with before. So hopefully the fans will get behind that, and the Berry Bowl will be a little bit changed place this year, and fans come out and appreciate what type of basketball we're going to play.
You know, when I met you, you were an assistant coach with the Berries, and you seemed like the first guy there, the last guy to leave. You built a new locker room. I mean, you've been all in ever since you started, so it's just got to be really nice to kind of be the guy that's now going to be making the calls. You know, everybody wants to be the guy who's not just suggesting things, but actually kind of making that legislation out on the court. So how's that going to be?
We'll just say a little scary. No, I'm ready for it. It has been a long time. I've been assistant for about 11 years now, so it's nice to be able to make the decisions you were maybe making behind the scenes before, but also a little bit scary understanding that they're your decisions now, and you're the guy that stands to make the wrong.
Matt Lang, Logansport varsity basketball coach, our special guest here at halftime. So besides you at the head coaching realm, any changes to the coaching staff? Or
if you coach Corey, which was one of the coaches that came with
right.
Coach Wilkerson, he's now the girls coach at Jeffersonville, so he left the staff. But the rest of the guys are going to stay the same. We actually just dropped one guy off the staff, so you'll see one less person. And I told the guys we're just going to have to work a little bit harder. I like the numbers like that. It's just how it's always been, and I think we can do it. And we're excited about that. I know they're excited because that brings a little bit different for them. And I'm going to let them have as much input as they possibly want to give, and we'll go from there.
And I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing tonight out of the student section. There's 8 or 10 rows of students. If we can get that kind of atmosphere in the Berry Bowl, what a huge home court advantage that could be for you guys.
Absolutely. I hope. That's one thing I'm really looking forward to. Being in with all these kids in the school, hopefully we can turn them into being fans of the basketball team just like they are the football team. And a lot of the guys, hopefully this big senior group, a lot of those guys are going to come out for basketball.
Yeah, give the fans kind of maybe an update on the roster if you have any sort of update. I mean, you kind of alluded to it, but a few of these football players might show up on the basketball court that weren't last year.
Yeah, we're hopeful. I know Shamari, he played with us this summer. So did Jeremiah. Grayson played with us this summer. So as of right now, they tell me they're coming out. So we're extremely excited about picking up some of those guys that took last year off to give us that spark. I mean, what better for me, the guy that likes to play like this, but to get some hard-nosed football players to really go put an edge on the team and kind of show the culture I'm looking to build from this year into the future. So I'm really excited. Hopefully we can keep them healthy. That's the big thing. I know Jeremiah, I've been talking to him. I have him in class. I've been talking to him for about a month now. Hey, how's the leg doing? I'm so disappointed for him because I know as a senior, football's a short season. You got 9 regular season games, and you could only have one more game. And to be a senior and be down like that, but we're hopeful he gets better for himself. And is able to play some football, but also I got to be a little honest with you. I hope he gets better to play some basketball too.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to this senior class especially, and it's just what I needed to build a culture that I want to build for the basketball team. So we're really excited.
And a kid that really impressed us last year is a sophomore, Jacob Taylor, who made huge strides during his sophomore season. Hopefully he can take that step to the next level for you guys this year.
Absolutely. We're going to lean on Jacob pretty hard. Jacob had a really good summer with us, and he's been playing with the travel team for a couple years down at Grand Park. I know he stepped away from that, and now we just set him up for fall league down at Noblesville High School. So different for him this year because they're going to be keying on him a little more than they have in the past. So that puts a little bit of extra pressure on him, but he's a kid that can handle, and his skills are good, and he keeps growing and getting bigger and faster and stronger. So looking forward to that for him.
All right, Coach. Well, we don't want to keep you anymore. We know the homecoming king and queen are about to be announced. We want you to get back with your family and enjoy this. And thank you so much for spending time with us.
Absolutely, guys. Anytime.
So, Coach Matt Lang.
Very nice.
The new varsity coach for the Logansport Berries, and your boss, unofficially, Dave, the dean of the career center. Couldn't have a better boss.
We'll say the director is both of our bosses, but Matt and the administration has been great, and he was always great as a fellow teacher, and just the nicest guy and the hardest working guy, and it couldn't have happened to a better guy to get that head coaching gig. And I can't wait to get out and see. I hope that the fans come out in droves.
I do too.
Now that we're kind of getting back to some normalcy, and if we can pack that Berry Bowl, they'll give them a show.
And, Coach Izzo for the Michigan State Spartans, when he arrived, that place was dead. They created the Izzone. He says that fan base is worth 8 points a game minimum. That's how important a huge crowd is. If we can get a student section turnout like we did tonight at the Berry Bowl, maybe not 8 points, but a few points at least.
And from what I know of Matt, he will stop at nothing to get that crowd somehow through inspiration and through just being kind of a fun guy. I mean, he is a person of the students. When he's in the hallway, he's having fun with all the students. He's one of the most popular teachers when he was teaching that we had down there at the Career Center. And so I think that he's going to do really well with interacting with the fans.
I agree, and he was so fired up, and he got me fired up. I'm well past my prime. Not that I even had a prime, but I'm ready to lace him up and get out there and play. So
the only prime I had was
great things because there's been a resurgence in Logansport athletics in the last couple of years. Maybe that basketball team can take part in that as well.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. We're on the upswing, folks.
Yep, no question about it. All right, we will step aside for a break. Once again, our halftime score. It is Logansport 29, Arsenal Tech 7. We'll step aside for a break. When we return, we will have more of the Logansport Memorial Hospital Sports Medicine Halftime Show live from Logansport. If you want to... All right, Alan James, thank you very much. Welcome back to halftime and the Logansport Memorial Hospital Sports Medicine Halftime Show. Logansport 29, Arsenal Tech 7. Special thanks to new Logansport Varsity boys basketball coach Matt Lang, our halftime guest. The Matt Lang penalty tracker has been busy, and that was coined 2 years ago from Matt Lang. It's 7 penalties for each squad, 74 yards for Tech, 75 yards for Logansport, but the Berries have been able to overcome the penalties much better than Arsenal Tech. Scored on their first possession, Luis Ortiz, an 18-yard touchdown run. And then on Tech's first possession offensively, they fumbled in the end zone for safety. The Berries jumped out 9-0. And then Luis Ortiz had a 1-yard touchdown run. Point after was no good. At the end of one quarter, Logansport was on top, 15-0. And so in the second quarter, Arsenal Tech blocked a punt and recovered it in the end zone and made it 15-7. But then the Bears responded with a couple of touchdown passes, a 19-yard touchdown pass from Isaac Mock to Chris J. Renee, and then Isaac Mock on a 4-yard quarterback keeper on fourth down for Logansport late in that first half. They were up 29-7. The Bears did have a chance late in the first half, but they ran out of time, and they take a 29-7 lead. As the homecoming queen is being announced, Dave Packard is Johnny on the spot, keeping track of that. And the king will soon be announced, and we'll let that announcement come forward. But this partisan crowd, Dave, I think that was a popular choice.
Yeah, for queen candidate, they just announced that. That's Hallie Van Kuren representing the Chinese club. Hallie's just
was the king. Joseph Argueta.
Joseph Argueta with the win for Spanish club,
and he's a senior on the soccer team for Coach Turner on the Logansport boys soccer team.
Yeah, they had.
He's a good dude. He's always smiling when I see him in the hallway. Good kid.
Yeah, Joe. They had the last year's homecoming king and queen, Jesus Ramirez and Brendy Diaz out there to come back to Logansport to give out the crowns and the roses and all that. And Hallie Van Kuren of Chinese Club is the queen of homecoming for 2022. And Joseph Argueta of the Spanish Club got the win for king. And they are getting their picture taken by the principal, Matt Jones, as we speak.
And Joseph has a cool first name. So how about that?
That's right. I mean, Joe's, some people are kings and some people have a face for radio.
There you go. But congratulations in all seriousness to Joseph Argueta and Hallie Van Kuren, two of the nicest kids you'll meet, not just in Logansport, but anywhere. The homecoming king and the homecoming queen. Very popular choice as the student section and the rest of the fans went nuts for that announcement.
Yeah, the environment and just the energy here, Joe, all night has been really great. It's just been a really nice evening.
And just can't get over the weather, how cool it was. It was a little on the warm side today, but that's going to happen when it's still late in the summer. But these cool evenings, it has cooled off nicely, and just a perfect night of weather. And we figured the joint would be jumping with homecoming, nice weather, and the last home game until October the 7th. A big shout out to the community for turning out in droves here tonight.
If you're not in the stands, if you're not on No Ticket Hill up there, we're going to have to find out a good name for that hill. I bet you're out on your porch. You know, if you live out in the country, you got the radio on. Hopefully you're listening to us. Hopefully we're entertaining you, and we're happy to do it. You said it, Joe, community. It just feels like community here, and it just makes you proud to live where we live.
No question about it. So maybe call it Ponderosa Hill so we can finally recall the great restaurant that is no more.
Yes.
All right, still plenty more to come here on the Logansport Memorial Hospital Sports Medicine Halftime Show. Our halftime score, Logansport 29, Arsenal Tech 7. We'll step aside for break. There's more to come live from Logansport. Thank you, Alan James. Welcome back to LMH Stadium. And again, special thanks to our halftime guest, varsity basketball coach Matt Lang, for joining us. He's already excited for his ball club. And we are just about ready to start our second half of action. Logansport will kick off. Humberto Baez to kick it away. And the dangerous Nunu Johnson standing at his 6-yard line. We saw Baez the last time squib kick it to try and keep it out of the hands of that dangerous return man, Nunu Johnson. I'm sure that same strategy is probably going to be employed on this kick.
I tell you what, Joe, one of my favorite parts about this job is when the other team has a cool nickname.
Oh, yeah.
And Nunu Johnson, you just got to love that.
Oh, yeah.
He is like Deion Sanders here, and we're going to see if he can dance his way to the end zone.
Yeah, that may not be the coolest name we talk about all year, but it's in the running.
It's a good one.
So Baez, another line drive kick, those into the hands of Nunu Johnson at the 10-yard line. He's got some running room across the 20. Breaks one tackle, and now he will be brought down short of the 25-yard line. And that was nicely done in the open field. Andrew McGee with a great open field tackle. And that was Campbell, not Nunu Jones, beg your pardon.
The Berries, of course, taking the ball, and with their offense at the beginning of the game, they marched right down the field running, and now we'll get to see the defense kind of right out of the gate, a little bit fresh, and see if they can put a stop to what Arsenal Tech's drawing up.
Well, Umberto gets a hug from Coach Russell, so he liked what he saw on that kickoff. So Arsenal Tech takes over first down and 10 at their own 24-yard line. The first play from scrimmage here in quarter number 3 with the Berries on top 29-7. Malachi Allen in the gun. Now going in motion is Campbell. Now the bubble screen, and this is a lateral live ball. He picks it up off the hop. He's got some running room across the 25-yard line. Nicely done that time from Avante Campbell, as he realized it was a lateral, but he got a
Complete.
Now they're going to say incomplete. So the side judge overruled it. It was awfully close. And anytime you're even in doubt, Dave, that's
yeah, that just looked a little weird from our perspective. The runner kind of running away from us, and the pass just kind of popped out of his hands and down the turf and bounced right back into his hands, and he continued to run. And you almost forget that the ball hits the ground, and that's not a great thing.
No. And there's trainer Sydney. Is that her maiden voyage in her new athletic trainer golf cart? She's driving down the track. 5-yard line, as that was a run all the way. And Allen sold that one on the quarterback draw, a 12-yard pickup. Now Arsenal Tech will go no huddle with the valet out there. Jesus Alanis and Scotty Bear in the front 3. Allen now will keep it himself. Now he'll put it up for grabs, and it is going to be caught by the split end, P.J. Coleman, and a big gainer for Arsenal Tech down to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, that was a nice little rollout to the right by the quarterback. He ran pretty much to the sideline and threw a strike down there about 20 yards or so to his receiver who got it and stayed in bounds.
Yep, 25 yards on the pitch and catch. And Arsenal Tech is in business, first down and 10 at the Logansport 39-yard line. Clock stopped on as Coleman was knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line, first and 10 for Arsenal Tech. Now the Berries coming on a blitz. Now Campbell will take it to the other side and has got some running room inside the 35 down to about the 31-yard line. Avante Campbell with a nice run, as he saw that run to the left was going nowhere, and he reversed field instantly and got 7 yards on that first down carry.
Yeah, I don't know if that was Grayson Long or somebody coming up the middle, but timed it perfectly for the Berries, and it was really a bad situation there for Arsenal Tech, but they were able to get their runner past our guys and get all those yards. But that was a great job by Arsenal Tech to get some yards out of that.
Sure was. 6-yard pickup. They'll mark him at the 33-yard line. Second down and 4 for the Titans. Now Campbell gets a pitch to the left side. He's got some blockers in front of him. He'll have a first down and more inside the 25-yard line. Finishes the run. And now we got a flag on the play coming in. So it took all of 1 minute and 24 seconds for the Matt Lang penalty tracker to be unveiled. And it happened. It's going to be personal foul on Logansport. I'm not sure what happened on that play. It looked like just a good hard tackle out of bounds, but maybe some targeting perhaps, helmet to helmet. I'm not sure what the officials saw, but that's going to go against Logansport. They'll mark it off from the 18-yard line. That will be half the distance. So a 9-yard penalty. 8th penalty of the night for the Berries for 84 yards worth of penalties. And the Titans will take it first down and goal. First and goal at the 9 So Tech can get right back in this game, down 29-7. Now Campbell will get the handoff around the right side, and he is hit right at the line of scrimmage.
And another flag.
And surprise, Dave, a flag on the play. This is going to be holding on Arsenal Tech. And I'm with you, Dave. I'm sure the coaches told each squad, hey, let's do what we can. These guys are calling everything, but apparently they're going to call everything.
Yeah, we'll see what the penalty tracker looks like if it has enough numbers for this game. But, you said it, Joe, that the Arsenal Tech Titans are, if they can get a score here, it's a 3-possession game right now, but a 2-possession game in high school is nothing.
Tech 7.
And they're wearing down the Berries defense here.
Following the penalty, 1st and goal from the 19. So Allen will keep it himself on a quarterback keeper, and he is hit down hard short of the 15 to mark him at the 17. Grayson Long on the tackle. And in a stunning development, no penalties on that play. So a 2-yard pickup to the 17. 2nd down and goal for the Titans. Clock continues to run. 10 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. The Berries on top, 29-7. Now Arsenal Tech has 1 receiver split out to the wide side. 2 receivers split out to the left. Still 15 seconds to go on the play clock as Allen looks over to the sideline as they will signal in the call for what the Titans want to run here on 2nd down and goal. Allen back to pass. Under heavy pressure. Tries to get away, and he does. And the pass is going to be incomplete. Scotty Barron and Grayson Long had him in big trouble, but a nice job by Allen to throw it away and save some valuable yardage for the Titans.
Yeah, that was all kinds of trouble as the Berries right on top of that and pretty much tackled him by the shoulder pads, threw him to the ground.
So it's 3rd down and goal for the Titans. The ball at the 17-yard line of Logansport. You'd think that the Titans would be in 4-down territory, so perhaps they'll try to get half the yardage here on this 3rd down play, knowing that they can go for it on 4th. 4th and goal from the 17-yard line, and we get a flag on the play, and this is going to be offsides on Logansport. So penalty number 9 for Logansport for 89 yards. And that's a big 5 yards. Much more manageable 3rd and goal now for the Titans. 3rd and goal from the 12 as opposed to the 17.
Yeah, we just like to move up and down the field to yardage markers in this game. Not naturally.
So 3rd down and goal. Ball spotted at the 12-yard line for Arsenal Tech. 2 receivers to the right, 2 split out to the left. Allen under center with Campbell in the backfield with him. Allen back to pass. Throws it over the middle, and it is into the end zone for a touchdown as a wide open Deshaun Walls and a perfect strike from Malachi Allen, and it's 29-13 with a point after to come.
And Logansport's going to have to answer on this possession, I have a feeling, because there's Arsenal Tech, the first possession. Just like the Berries went on their first possession and marched down the field, Arsenal Tech got it done. Now the Berries have to answer and push it back to the 3 scores.
29-13 is the score. And the point after to come from Dre Berry, senior place kicker, who drilled that first extra point straight through the uprights, no problem at all. But put down nicely, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. Deshaun Walls with good hands as he handled that high snap perfectly. And it's 29-14 Logansport.
There we go on this homecoming night. If you missed it, the winners of Homecoming King and Queen for Logansport High School. On the Kings side, Joseph Argueta from the Spanish Club. And I do know the winner for the Queens. That's Hallie Van Kuren from the Chinese Club. Became friends with my foreign exchange daughter, Basma, when we had her last year. And Hallie just seems like a really nice girl. And ceremony they had there at halftime.
And so perhaps some of that energy is carried over from the Berries, so they need to regroup. It's always tough. Homecoming, senior nights, those are such emotional nights for young kids.
Yeah, it breaks your concentration. I mean, you saw the people kind of on the track, they're hanging out with friends. All of a sudden they're kind of high-fiving their bros, and, you're not really in that kind of kill mentality you almost got to be in a game like football.
So Chris J. Renee, Isaac Russell, and Shamari Giddings back deep to receive this kick from Dre Berry. And Berry has squib kicked it every time, and I would expect nothing different on this one, as they've avoided big returns for the Logansport squad. 9:24 to go, 3rd quarter. Logansport on top, 29-14. And again, a squib kick, and the up man will take it to who fielded that one cleanly. And Logansport will take over in relatively good starting field position at their own 31-yard line.
Joe, you mentioned it earlier that, they're kind of doing these low kicks and squib kicks, and our cover people are just grabbing the ball and kneeling down and falling on it. That had to be a strategy that the coaches instilled in these players because kids' natural reaction when they touch the ball is to go to the touchdown.
Right.
And we haven't been, taking any chances like that. Maybe they know that, the Berries know that they can be methodical and run the ball, and they don't need those kind of crazy big plays. They don't want to take any chances.
Yep, Coach Johnson told us up, man, let's trust our offense. Let's let our skill position players move the footballs. So Amari Giddings in at tight end now over to the left side. Chris J. Renee gets the pitch around the left side, and Ortiz with a block. Across the 35-yard line is Renee, who does a nice job holding on to the football. As one of the Tech players tried to strip it away. In on the tackle was LaQuan Rohr. And now, for the first time tonight, we're seeing some cramping situation. I believe that's Shamari Giddings dealing with a leg cramp. The ball spotted at the 38-yard line, a 7-yard pickup for Chris J. Renee on first down. 2nd down and 3. 9:03 to go. Third quarter. Logansport 29, Arsenal Tech 14 on homecoming night here at LMH Stadium.
Have a reading on that.
In the meantime, my alma mater, Clarkston, 35, Rochester Adams, 28 up in Michigan. So go Wolves.
It's 71 degrees and partly cloudy out here. And what a great breeze.
Yep, it sure is. And our former colleague on Iron Horse Broadcasting, Ron Schaefer, now the head coach at Rochester. The Zebras on top of Wabash at the end of 3:44-13. 2nd down and 4 for Logansport. Handoff to Ortiz up the middle. He's across the 40-yard line, going to be about a half-yard short of the first down based on the initial spot. So 3rd and short for the Berries.
That Ron Schaefer, somebody you don't want to get in an arm wrestling match with. That guy is a solid guy. I'm sure Corey Howard's arm was hurting back in the day when they were doing our broadcast.
Ortiz will limp off the field under his own power, so Deegan Kitchell will take his spot at fullback on 3rd down and inches. So maybe because they don't have their fullback in there and it's short yardage, maybe Mock will keep it on a quarterback sneak. We'll see. Maybe Brady Bear can get him a nice push. We'll see what Logansport does here on 3rd down and short. Like I said, they hand the ball off to Kitchell, and he'll have the first down across the 42, near the 43-yard line. Didn't get much, but the Berries didn't need much, so they have a first down. We do have a score at the end of 3. Lewis Cass 6, Tipton nothing. So a low-scoring affair, and the Kings trying to get to a 4-0 start. And Tipton, you never know with Tipton. They're either usually really good or not very good at all, but based on this score, it sounds like they're really good.
Yeah.
As are the Kings.
Yeah, that score is kind of frightening just because it's so close, but you'd rather have the 6 than the 0.
Oh, yeah, no question about it.
Hate to throw Maddenism in there, but the person that scores the most points is going to win the game.
So 1st down and 10. Logansport has it at their own 42-yard line. Isaac Russell motions right. He'll get the pitch to the right, cuts it inside, and that place was blown up by Indianapolis Tech. Deshaun Wall is in on the stop. Also Jay Holmes as well. Lost 7.5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Logansport 29, Indianapolis Tech 14. We're talking Rochester and Coach Schaefer with a big lead over Wabash.
And, the Berries have had great kind of power running tonight. Their plays where they're running kind of to the side and they're waiting patiently for blockers haven't quite been hitting the way they have in past teams. The Titans are doing a good job of stopping that. 2nd
down and 12 for Logansport. Now counter handoff to Chris J. Renee, and he's got a big hole inside of Indianapolis Tech territory, inside the 45. A great job of keeping his balance, and he gets down to the 41-yard line, and a first down for Logansport. They've had great success with that counter play all night long, Dave.
Yeah, he kind of pressed the Y button. He kind of did a high jump kind of kick. Yep. That kind of threw him off balance. He got kind of top heavy, and he saved it. But he got caught. The defense was able to catch up to him. But just like I said in kind of the power running comment right before that play, just straight up the middle. And
good hard run around the left side. A 4-yard pickup on first down to the 37-yard line. 2nd down and 6. And Deegan's a big kid. He's a good 4 or 5 inches taller than TK, his older brother. So, and I don't know if you saw it on the white T-shirt lie day. But they each wore shirts Yeah, Deegan wore a shirt that I'm shorter than my older brother, and
oh, that's funny.
TK wore a shirt that said I'm taller than my little brother. So
I love that. The Spirit Week this week with White Lie Day and all that was just so funny.
2nd down and 6 for the Berries. Now to Chris J. Renee on the handoff, breaks the tackle, and he's into the clear. Cuts it inside the 15-yard line, all the way down near the 10-yard line. A good hard run again from Chris J. Renee. They'll mark him at the 9-yard line. Jay Holmes on the stop. But good blocking at the point of attack, and another strong run from Chris J. Renee.
I tell you what, when you said that he was clear, he was. I mean, he made kind of a quick cut and made a guy miss, but that Jay Holmes, man, he came out of nowhere very fast to catch up to him and save that touchdown.
1st down and goal, and Chris J. Renee will get a little breather. He's done a lot of work on this drive, gets some dap from Coach Johnson as he steps to the sideline. Deegan Kitchell remains in at fullback. As Luis Ortiz talking with Coach Russell on the side. Looks like Luis is okay, maybe just getting him a little bit of rest as he's run the ball well tonight. Here's Deegan Kitchell on the handoff. A good run from Kitchell inside the 5. They'll mark him at the 4-yard line. Kitchell gives them a different dimension, that big power back from that fullback spot.
And all the kudos to that offensive line, because when the Berries are successful in the running, it's because of the blocking and the great running in combination. And we haven't seen any better really this year when it comes to that. The Berries just have a great running offense.
And Logansport, another good response every time. The 2 times Tech has scored a touchdown. The Berries have had good drives to respond. They scored a touchdown on the first trump, following the first touchdown, trying to do it again here. 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line. 4:44 to go, 3rd quarter. The Berries on top, 29-14. Now pitcher on the left side to Shamari Giddings, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. 4 yards, Shamari Giddings touchdown run, and the Berries lead 35-14.
Yeah, simple handoff to the left side, and Giddings waited for his blocks patiently, and when he could, he cut kind of inside and into the end zone like a drill into the end zone.
So the point after to come. So again, another response from the Berries after an Arsenal Tech touchdown. They have responded both times with TDs of their own. It is 35-14, and Humberto Baez in to try the point after. Isaac Mock will hold. Low snap, fielded cleanly by Mock. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Logansport 36, Indianapolis Tech 14. As we do have the Berries play McCutcheon next week, and they are tied with Harrison at 3. Now that's an old score. That's about an hour ago. That's the most recent score we have. So Harrison maybe not quite as strong as they've been in the past years. Maybe down a little bit. The game is at Lafayette Harrison, but I was talking with Coach Urban today in the hall, and he was worried about that game tonight. So, and his fears were well founded the way McCutcheon's playing them so far. So that will not be easy next Friday night at McCutcheon, but you can hear it on AM 1230, FM 94.9 right. WSAL, as we will be Road Warriors for the next 3 weeks.
That's right. So, get your favorite easy chairs out there, grab the significant other or the sibling that you love, crack open a couple adult beverages, and just enjoy the broadcast. Have a nice time outside before it gets so cold that you don't want to go outside anymore.
And our chief meteorologist, Karen Stearns, has dialed up a night just like tonight, next Friday night. Temperatures in the 80s during the day, cooling off into the 50s at night. So a perfect night of football and over at McCutcheon. Here it's 36-14. Logansport on top of Arsenal Tech. And Humberto Baez, a low line drive kick, trying to kick it away, and it will go out of bounds. So Dwayne Nunu Johnson has returned the ball. Maybe not the worst thing that could happen. I'm sure Humberto did not want that to happen, but at least you keep it out of the hands of the dangerous Nunu Johnson. And it gives us a chance to say Nunu Johnson. That's the coolest name we've had so far this season through week 4.
And another cool thing, Joe, as I just keep mentioning, you never know who's listening new, is homecoming night. It's homecoming night. The former king and queen came back from last year, Jesus Ramirez and Brendy Diaz, and crowned new king and queen, Joseph Argueta and Hallie Van Kuren. Congratulations to them and their parents and their grandparents and everybody. A couple of nice kids getting that king and queen. And, that last touchdown, I saw Michelle Starkey standing up within that crowd,
right.
that sea of people.
That's right.
And the fearless leader of the LCSC here to root on the Berries as she normally is.
Well, Coach Shannon has given us an update. Harrison 24, McCutcheon 3. So, Coach Urban, no, don't need to worry, Coach. You guys got it under control. So 24-3 at the end of 3. So Harrison with a big third quarter to take care of McCutcheon, who the Berries will be playing next Friday night from McCutcheon. The Berries played the Mavericks in soccer last night and came up on the short end 2-1. They lost. Humberto Baez scored the goal for the Berries.
He does it all.
Yes, he does. A heck of an athlete for Logansport. First down and 10. Arsenal Tech will take over at their own 35-yard line. Campbell in motion, low snap. Allen, though, finds a bubble screen to Campbell, who's got some running room, breaks a tackle, and he'll have a first down across the 45-yard line.
Ball was complete.
Good pass that time from Allen to hit Campbell in stride, and he had a head of steam under him. First down and 10. Arsenal Tech has it at the 46-yard line.
First and 10.
The Berries hanging on to this 3-possession lead after relinquishing a touchdown in that last drive. They got one back, and it's a back and forth so far in the second half.
Still 14 seconds to go on the play clock. So Arsenal Tech with plenty of time to snap this one. Now Campbell will get a pitch around the left side. Can't find any room there. As he cuts it to the right, he's got some running room. A flag on the play. Another flag on the play. As he is tackled from behind is Campbell. Andrew McGee makes the stop at the 40. It looks like it's going to be against Arsenal Tech, I believe. I just saw the right arm pointed in Arsenal Tech's direction. I didn't see what the call was. Probably some sort of illegal block. So holding. Penalty number 9 for Arsenal Tech, according to the Matt Lang penalty tracker. And another major penalty, 94 yards worth of penalty yardage against the Titans so far tonight. That's hard to win when you commit that many penalties.
Yeah.
Although Logansport's committed,
it's
Berries have 89
even.
yards worth of penalties, and they're holding their own. So,
yeah, the only thing that beats you with those penalties is if the other team also having penalties. It works to your advantage a little bit.
So the ball will be spotted at the 43-yard line. Arsenal Tech will have it 1st and 13 following the mark-off of the penalty. As the NFL season kicked off last night, and an impressive performance by the Buffalo Bills going into Los Angeles and beating the Super Bowl champion Rams and beat them something good.
Something good.
Now the handoff to Campbell, who breaks the tackle. Breaks another tackle. He's going to be close to midfield. He's going to be knocked down short of midfield, and the Berries do a nice job finishing that tackle. Aaron Bow and Shamari Giddings with the tackle, and Giddings again cramping up. So he'll come out of the lineup temporarily, gain out to the 46-yard line. So back to the initial line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10 for the Titans. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in our third quarter. Logansport on top, 36-14. Each team has scored a touchdown in this quarter. Now pass is complete. Great move that time from Deshaun Walls. And that got the assistant coaches for Indianapolis Tech seated to our right, excited as they both stood. That was a heck of a play by Deshaun Walls.
Yeah, that was one of those ooh plays because he did a spin move at the exact right time to make some guys miss and get that extra yardage. But great catch-up speed by both of these defenses to catch people that looked like they were going to the end zone. 1st down and 10. Arsenal Tech has it at the Logansport 36-yard line. Allen once again from the gun. Mitchell slowed him up. And a gain of 4 yards for Campbell down to the 32-yard line. 2nd down and 7. The Titans going without a huddle once again. Now 3 receivers split out wide to the right. Deshaun Walls, P.J. Coleman out wide on the 2nd down and 7 play for Arsenal Tech. Allen fakes it to Campbell. Puts it up for grabs, throwing it into double coverage. It is slightly underthrown, and it is almost caught as Lee Benberry had his hands on it, but a couple of Logansport defenders knocked it away. Wow. And the pass falls to the turf, incomplete. We had a play like that earlier, Joe. That was kind of a jump ball with 3 people, but I think they got pretty lucky there because that was kind of a duck in the air. Sure was. That happened to fall in the exact right place. but luckily Barry's able to keep him from grabbing that.
Well, there was a holding call on the play. We'll see if Coach Johnson elects to take the penalty or does he decline it and make it 3rd and long, but I think because it's going to be a major yardage penalty, I think he's going to take the penalty and let Tech replay 2nd down. So another major penalty for the Titans. 10 penalties, 104 yards worth of penalties for Indianapolis Tech. For comparison, Dave, I don't think we had 10 penalties combined between the two teams last week. So what a difference a week makes.
That's wild.
Allen back to pass. Puts it up for grabs. The pass is incomplete as Ben Berry looked like maybe had some alligator arms that time as Aaron Bow was in the neighborhood. I tell you, if Aaron Bow was in my neighborhood, I don't think I would sacrifice my body either. That's a tough kid out there.
You know, I don't know how these high school athletes do it, especially football. Just such a grueling sport down there. You know, we're winded when we walk up this Barry Stadium that has 3,000 steps to get up to the press box. But, man, these guys are going all night.
3rd down and 21 for Arsenal Tech. Allen back to pass. Can't find anyone open. Now scrambles to his on the play. So I'm not sure what.
Well, the quarterback definitely kind of lowered his shoulder and pushed off kind of with his arm, trying to kind of knock those Berries players down, but I'm not sure that was an illegal move.
It looked like it just looked like a good heart. Now, that was on the other side of the field. On the other side of the field, we didn't see exactly what happened, but certainly from this vantage point, just looked like a good hard football play on both sides.
But the Berry defenders did go backwards, which normally isn't the case with a quarterback versus defense situation.
It's a personal foul, helmet to helmet hit on Logansport.
Oh, it's on Logansport.
So that is targeting. So that will be another major penalty. Each team with 10 penalties. Each team with 104 yards in penalty yardage.
Clay Scott said targeting, and the guy in the crowd said on your own team, as he thought, they called the two defenders as colliding and for that penalty.
So that will be a 1st down for Arsenal Tech. So they were up against it down in distance, but now they have 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Now Campbell will catch it on the flip pass, and he's got some running room inside the 20, inside the 15, to the 10, cuts it inside, and he's going to be brought down short of the 6. But that was well done by Malachi Allen, who was about to get sacked by Brock Myers, but he just a little shovel pass, and Campbell made some great run.
That was intense. The quarterback was basically sacked when he just flipped it to the runner, and the runner's able to get all that way. A huge block to almost get him free to the end zone. He really had 2 guys to beat, and the first guy got blasted. The second guy got him.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line for Indianapolis Tech. Now Campbell gets the handoff, breaks one tackle, can't break another one as he's close to the 5-yard line. Chris DeValle on the stop. Mark him at the 6-yard line. 2nd and goal there for the Titans. Down to 1:10 to go here, 3rd quarter, 36-14 Logansport.
I think this is where you need to get Clay Scott one of those big church bells. You need like the defensive bell that they play at the Colts games for this kind of stop that we're going to need here.
2nd and goal for the Titans. They have it at the 6-yard line. Allen once again in the shotgun. Now he'll keep it himself in a quarterback keeper, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Untouched was Malachi Allen. 6-yard touchdown run. It is 36-20 with the point after to come.
And Arsenal Tech there, the Titans, doing a great job of getting it in the end zone again. The Berries have always had the answer to that and has scored and brought it back to a 3-score game, but right now going to be a 2-score game. And if Arsenal Tech can get one stop against the Berries, it could get very interesting here at the end of the game.
No question about it. So we've had 3 possessions here in the 3rd quarter, 3 touchdowns. Tech has had it twice and scored 2 touchdowns. The Bears have had it once and scored a touchdown. 36-20 is the score. Logansport on top. Dre Berry with a try for the point. High snap at Walls, puts it down. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and we get a flag on the play. As Grayson Long was trying to block the kick, and they say that he made contact and is going to be running into the kicker. A 5-yard penalty on Grayson Long. So he made contact, so they will mark that 5 yards off on the kickoff. Penalty number 11 for Logansport for 109 yards worth the penalties. Hold on a second, Dave. I got to yell to Matt Lang.
No, that's okay. Let me paint the scene here. It's just a beautiful night out here with cool weather, 71 degrees. The Friday night lights are on. The moon is full and kind of low in the sky. You look over to the house that Shanks built. There's the neon lights, the small amount of traffic kind of around the stadium, and just a capacity crowd here at the Logansport Memorial Hospital Stadium to watch the Berries. And as we talked about, Joe, the Berries just have to find a way to answer. I don't want to get into a one-possession game against these guys because we've seen them come back before. They play hard, and we'll see which team kind of starts to get tired. But if Logansport can get another score here, it's going to...
So 21 penalties for the two teams, 213 yards worth of penalty yardage. So that's the length of the football field twice, plus a couple extra yards as well.
That is just insane, Joe. We've seen it. We've seen it all. We've seen a few big plays. We've seen a ton of penalties. We've seen teams march right down the field with no problem. We've seen some good long passes, some excellent runs.
Yep. So Dre Berry back to kick. He has squibbed it all night long. I would expect nothing to change on this one. And the squib kick once again. And now one of the upbacks fields it. Now he's going to take off and run. And not much yardage that time. I believe that was Brock Myers on the return, which it was. And they'll take over at the 26-yard line. Logansport first down and 10 with 38.4 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Logansport 36, Arsenal Tech scored 14 by Tech, 7 by Logansport.
And I want to talk about Barry's special teams down there. Now, all game long on these squib kicks and short kicks, we've been falling on the ball. That one almost bobbled and kind of jostled, and we tried to make a return out of it. I'm surprised, they didn't just fall on it.
That's why coaches don't sleep at night. This is what we talked about all week, guys.
Yeah, we just dropped the memo on that one.
But it all worked out for the Berries.
It did.
They have first down and 10 at the 26-yard line. Now Chris J. Renee on the counter play has some running room across the 30. They'll mark him close to the 31-yard line. Actually, they'll mark him right at the 30. 4-yard pickup. Second down and 6. And the Berries do not have to run another play. As the game clock has 28 seconds and the 20 seconds and the play clock with much more, and the Berries will let the clock run out. I think that's a good decision by Coach Johnson. If nothing else, that keeps that Indianapolis Tech offense on the sidelines for a few seconds.
Absolutely.
At the very least.
I mean, at this point, you're up 2 possessions, and you've been maintaining 3 possessions. So why not let the clock keep running as much as it can? Logansport, because of that really aggressive running game, can get first downs on a 10-yard kind of basis and leave a lot of time spent on the clock, so Arsenal's not able to come back. It's looking good for Logansport, folks, but you can never say never at this point of the game.
All right, that will do it for quarter number 3. It's Logansport 36, Arsenal Tech 21. We'll step aside for break. When we return, we'll have our fourth quarter live from Logansport.
Logansport starts with the ball, 2nd and 6. From their own 30-yard line to start this fourth quarter.
Welcome back to LMH Stadium. And Shamari Giddings with the run. And we get another flag on the play.
Somebody's down, too, back there.
Yep, that's Chris DeValle. Holding looks like he might be cramping up a little bit. This is going to be holding on Logansport.
Yep, another player stretching Chris out. Yep. In case family's listening, doesn't seem to be anything but a cramp.
So penalty number 12 for 119 yards for the Berries. And we'll set up second. The down will remain second down, but second down and long is the.
Now 68 degrees is DeValle still on his back. The trainer out there trying to fix him up.
Based on the way that they're treating him, stretching out that calf muscle, it's a cramp. Those are.
Oh, I remember being on the swimming and diving team and cramping up during like a frog kick and the breaststroke, and just, I mean, anybody who's had a cramp knows that it's just the weirdest shooting pain. Mm-hmm. But there's Chris walking off under his own power.
Yep. So second down and 21 for Logansport. Second and 21 from their 15. They need to get to the 36-yard line to get a first down. Clock restarted after the penalty was marked off. 11:45 to go, fourth quarter. Logansport 36, Arsenal Tech 21. Mock under center, drops back to pass. Pass is underthrown as he was under heavy pressure that time. Shamari Giddings and Grayson Long were both in the neighborhood.
Yeah, Isaac just not able to have much time to throw the ball. I think he might have had somebody open, but I'm pretty sure somebody hit his arm on the way forward, and he wasn't able to put the mustard on it he needed.
Yeah, DeValle is so he looks to be okay. Third down and 21. Logansport has it at their own 15-yard line.
Somebody trying to pop in the booth to see when they announce ticket numbers. I had to one block over.
Now counter play to Chris J. Renee, who's got some running room. Nice move across the 30-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down, but some good yardage. I beg your pardon, that was Shamari Giddings with a nice run out to the 32-yard line.
What a great kind of cut back there at the end. We've seen that a few times with running backs out here. You're full blast one way, and then you just kind of cut back the other direction and make people miss for those extra yards. Decision time for Coach Johnson, 4th and 4, and you know he wants to go for it, but from this spot on the field, because it's so many yards, 4th and 4, I think they will have to kick it away. Now Isaac Mock always a threat to fake it. I'm sure Arsenal Tech is well aware of that. I bet. As they blocked a punt earlier and recovered it in the end zone for a touchdown. So we'll see what the Berries can do here on this 4th down and 4. Isaac Mock set to punt it away. And he does put a foot into it. And will kick it away from Nunu Johnson. Does not. Takes an Arsenal Tech bounce. Brock Myers downs it at the 39. And we get another penalty flag. And we'll have to wait and see if that was illegal block on Arsenal Tech. So that will push them back 10 yards from where the ball was originally down. So instead of the 39, they will start at the 29-yard line. So that's a break for Logansport. Penalty number 11 on Arsenal Tech for 114 yards. So if you're scoring at home, 23 penalties for the two teams combined, 233 yards worth of penalties. So we might get 3 lengths of the football field, Dave, in penalties, but before we step out of here tonight. That is pretty wild. You know, everybody in the whole crowd is like, not again. Yeah. Every time a yellow flag flies, usually a couple at the same time. Right. But, 10 minutes and 30 seconds left. Logansport's got be in very good position to win this ball game. Yeah, this is a big possession for both sides, obviously, as the Titans, as Dave mentioned, try to get into a one-possession game. Bears would love to keep it at a 2-possession game, but Arsenal Tech has not been stopped here in this half. They've had the ball twice. They have scored touchdowns both times. They're trying to go 3 for 3 as Campbell's in motion to the right. Allen back to pass. Has all day to throw. Now the protection breaks down. He has to scramble and across the 30 out to the 35-yard line. Brock Myers chases him out of bounds. But a 6-yard gain on first down for the Titans makes it 2nd down and 4. Actually, they got a heck of a spot. He's out to the 36. They give him 7 yards. I didn't think he was even close to the 35, but they gave him forward progress out to the 30. Barron, Chris DeValle, and Cameron Norton, the front 3 for Logansport. On the 2nd down and 3, Campbell
takes the handoff, breaks the tackle, cuts it to the outside, and he's got some runners. As he's knocked out of bounds deep in Logansport territory, but we're going to have a flag, and I believe an Arsenal Tech. That flag was thrown at the 44-yard line. A holding call on Indianapolis Tech. 12th penalty for Indianapolis Tech for 124 yards. 12 for 119 for the Berries. So if you had the over 25 in penalties, Dave Packard, at the start of the night, that might be looking pretty good, as we have 24 combined penalties, 243 yards in penalty yardage.
I better check my ticket, but I may have taken that bet before the game, Joe. I'm a lucky kind of a guy.
Well, a couple of years ago, it was a 3-hour game, and we are on pace for that. It's 9:26 Eastern Daylight Time, and there's still 10 minutes and 16 seconds to go here in this.
That's what they call a Gilligan game.
Yep. This third quarter. 2nd down and 5 for the Titans after the penalty was marked off. Campbell gets the handoff up the middle. Can't find much room, but he does bounce off a couple of Berry tacklers and falls forward for a couple of yards out to the 38-yard line. I beg your pardon, 37-yard line. That will set up 3rd down, 3rd and 2 for the Titans. A big 3rd down for Logansport. Cameron Norton comes off the field. He's replaced by Jesus Alanis. Jesus, 5'10", 270 pounds. Big kid in at that nose guard position for the Berries. 3rd down and 2 for the Titans. Campbell in the backfield. Allen now on a bubble screen to Deshaun Walls, who breaks a tackle. He'll have the 1st down across the 40, out to the 41-yard line. And that will move the chains. Another 1st down for the Titans. Again, who have not been stopped here in the second half.
Yeah, they've come out with a great effort, and only Logansport being able to also push the ball down the field has really thwarted their comeback here. But with 9 minutes and 20 seconds to go, we've got Arsenal Tech that's got to go, about 60 yards or so to get this score to make it a one-possession game. But Logansport just needs to keep not making mistakes here.
3 receivers split out wide to the left for the Titans, 1 to the top of the formation. Malachi Allen in at quarterback. Campbell in motion to the left. Now they fake the bubble screen. Now Allen under pressure, scrambles, and he's going to be run out of bounds. I believe Brock Myers on the stop, and we get another flag, and they may say that was a late hit, and now another flag coming in after, so that might be Indianapolis Tech barking and complaining.
Yeah, the Logan defender kind of went out with the quarterback into the other team's huddle there a little bit further than I would have liked. So we'll see if there's any penalty on the Berries here.
And then Indianapolis Tech may have gotten an unsportsmanlike because the second flag coming well after that first flag was thrown, as the officials now will have a confab. And we will be at the 25 penalty mark, maybe more after this, as the officials still having a discussion with 8:58 to go, 4th quarter. Logansport 36, Indianapolis Tech 21. As the officials continue to have this discussion. So what we think happened, at least, Dave, I think it's going to be offsetting a late hit out of bounds for the Berries and maybe an unsportsmanlike on Indianapolis Tech. The official comes over to the midfield stripe, and he will make the call to the press box. Dead ball foul, personal foul on Logansport. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Arsenal Tech. The penalty's offset.
Offsetting penalties, personal foul.
And so they were dead ball, so the down will count. So 2nd down and 5 for Arsenal Tech. Ball spotted at their own 48-yard line. They need to get to the Logansport 48-yard line to get a 1st down.
I think I'm starting to cramp up, Joe. I mean, we might have to do some calisthenics together.
Yeah, my right hand is cramping up from trying to keep track of all these penalties. And now, of course, we have a discussion. Not sure what the...
Yeah, points tonight. I didn't know if you were scribbling some stuff on the penalty tracker or writing an old Civil War letter to your dear mother. You know, the war that's been fought out here tonight.
War and Peace with Tolstoy. Yeah, I could do that. It's a 2nd down.
Colonel Andrew Luck.
Not sure what the discussion is. The referee, I think, is satisfied. So 2nd down and 4 from the Arsenal Tech 48-yard line. Allen back to pass. He's got a man wide open. The pass is caught by Benberry. Breaks the tackle inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. Lee Benberry with his first catch of the night. And Arsenal Tech is in the red zone.
Yeah, that was a beautiful flick by the Arsenal quarterback there. Just a dart to his receiver who got the reception.
So first down and 10. The Titans not only in Logansport territory, they are now in the red zone inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. 8:40 to go, fourth quarter. Logansport 36, Arsenal Tech 21, but Tech is threatening to cut into this 15-point deficit. Now option right for Indianapolis Tech, and ball is bobbled by Campbell, but it goes out of bounds. Indianapolis Tech will maintain possession as the ball's fumbled down to the 13-yard line, so 15-yard gain. So
a lot of people coming in here trying to get their money off of the 50-50 raffle.
Well,
they think we're the announcers. We're actually on the air, folks.
And if they're looking for money from us, working stiffs.
Yeah, we don't have any money to give.
Now Allen will keep it himself on the quarterback keeper. Now we'll flip it to Benberry, who's got some running room inside the 10, inside the 5, and he's in. Now they're going to say, now we're going to flag on the play, and I think that's going to be an illegal forward pass or an illegal man downfield. No, it's going to be holding on Indianapolis Tech, as that negates a big play down to the 1. Penalty number 13 for Arsenal Tech. 13 penalties, 134 yards.
Wow.
So
well, I mean, Arsenal Tech has taken our best shot in the end zone here. It's going to be tough to It's going to be tough to hold them back. I mean,
253 yards in penalty yardage combined. 13 penalties for Tech for 134 yards. 12 penalties for Logansport, 119 yards. They have it at the 27. They need to get to the 9. So my Michigan Public School education says second down and 18. Campbell in motion to the right. Allen back to pass, throwing it into double coverage, and it is almost intercepted, and that was good coverage by the Berries. A little bit of contact, and the way things have been called here tonight, I'm surprised that penalty wasn't called, but it just looked like a couple guys going for the ball. Nice, I think a good no call by the officials.
Yep, Berry defender just kind of facing straight ahead, saw the ball coming, and thrown into coverage, and it looks like the patrons that have come up to assault the press box with their reading of the tickets now will get their chance to win.
Just got to go to the source. Clay Scott has you covered.
That's right.
Third down and 18 for Arsenal Tech. They have it at their 27-yard line of Logansport. They need to get to the 9 for a first down. Now Campbell get a handoff around the left side, and he is going to be hemmed in, and he's going to be brought down as Chris DeValle overcoming that cramp with a nice tackle from behind down to the 23-yard line, a 5-yard pickup. Nowhere near the first down, so fourth down. 4th and 14 for Indianapolis Tech. The Titans needing 2 touchdowns. Field goal does them no good, and plus don't think they could kick a 40-yard field goal. So they will go for it. Clock continues to run. That's Barry's friend as much as anything right now. 7:05 to go, fourth quarter. 36-21 Logansport, and here is the biggest play of the game up till now. 4th down and 14. As Berries have a chance to turn the Titans over on downs. Allen back to pass. Has plenty of time. He's got a man open, and it is going to be caught for a touchdown. Deshaun. It is 36-28 with the point after to come.
Yeah, just over the top, right down the middle. Perfect pass right in the pocket. And Arsenal Tech's quarterback's been laying him in there right where the receivers can catch him. Now Logansport's going to be in a one-possession game, and it just becomes critical on special teams and on the Berry offense to finish this game.
Indianapolis Tech will take a timeout, their first charge timeout. They have 2 remaining, so we'll see. They're down 9, so this is a big, big point. As of now, it's still a 2-possession game, Dave, so if the Berries can somehow come up with a block, who knows? Surely Tech is not considering going for 2 on this one, I wouldn't think. And at some point, you're going to need a 2-point conversion to tie things up. But if you miss the 2-point conversion here, it's 2-possession game, and that might not be, you may be not able to overcome that. So you would think they'd have to kick the point after on this one to make it a one-possession game.
I mean, the math is there for that.
Especially the way Barry has kicked the ball. He's been true on the extra point so far tonight.
Unless they feel that they have that energy on offense, that they are on a roll.
Oh,
if they
and
think
there's no
they're on a
question
roll
they are.
right now.
But if you don't make it, then you may have cost yourself the game.
Well, yeah. What Tech needs to do, no matter what they do, is be successful in making it a one-possession game. Because otherwise they're going to have a really tough time.
Yep.
And, in sports, you either make it happen or you don't.
Yep.
And they're going to have to do it in order to make this a game. But it's kind of scary right now. The Berries had all the momentum for most of the game. Arsenal Tech now coming back.
And they are going to go for two. This keeping himself, and he is going to be stopped. And I just don't agree with that, Dave. Those Tech coaches have forgotten more about football than I'll ever know. I'm not saying that, but like you said, Dave, it's the math. You got to make it a one-possession game.
Yeah.
Barry has been true all night long on the extra points, and now they're going to need the ball twice with 6:51 and get 2 touchdowns, or at least a touchdown and a field goal.
Yeah, that wasn't even close. I think the Berries kind of stood them up about the 5-yard line, and
I question that.
Well, you called it. I mean, you called it. You said just make it a one-possession game now. Worry about it later. I guess there was factors of not kicking the ball because of a certain player being out or a certain, maybe a certain situation. But regardless here, not that 6:50 isn't enough time to get 10 points.
No, it's not. Absolutely.
I mean, a field goal and a score. But what Logansport needs to do now is just control the ball, right? Control the ball.
Well, they got to be on high alert for an onside kick as well. So, First things first, make sure you secure this. See if they go for an onside kick. We see 5 Berries within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. Deegan Kitchell, Tristan Kitchell, Scotty Barron, Tristan Lindback, Josh Stinson. So, but Logansport needs to be on alert, and they are positioned over there by the far hash where Barry's kicking off. So we'll. Berries will just get out of the way and let it go out of bounds, so they'll get pretty good field position. Another penalty on Indianapolis Tech. 14 penalties for 139 yards.
Yeah, not really an onside there, but kind of a squibber down the right side of the field. And the Berries special teams a pretty good job of getting out of the way, so they knew it was going out of bounds. They could have easily tried to pick it up or fall on it. Instead, they got that penalty to happen, and good job by our special teams.
So the ball will be spotted at the 35-yard line. Logansport has it first down and 10. 6:51 to go. It's a 2-possession game. Logansport 36, Indianapolis Tech 27. You just need a couple first downs.
You were talking about your favorite celebrity, Ozzy Osbourne. You got a little crazy train that piped up, but then right back to the line of scrimmage as the Berries are lined up kind of in a bunch and ready maybe for a run.
Luis Ortiz gets the handoff up the middle. Good strong run by Ortiz across the 40 to the 41. 6-yard gain. Make it second down and 4. And here coaches talk about the 4-minute offense, and that's what Coach Johnson would love, a 4-minute drive to run some valuable time off this clock.
And it's definitely where it's good to be a running team because when you're a passing team, that can kind of limit your time management. But we often run the ball and get that 3, 4, 6, 8 yards, and that clock is going to continue to bleed down.
Second down and 4, and still 9 seconds to go on the play clock, so Mock doing a nice job letting every precious second off that game clock drain before he snaps the football. Handoff now to Ortiz, who have the first down. Indianapolis Tech territory, still on his feet inside the 45, down to the 42-yard line. And maybe the best thing about that run, Dave, 2 hands around the football. He was going to make sure nobody took that ball away from him.
And he is just such a stud. We have runners that just burst through that line with great energy and great passion. And, we're sitting on a first down under 6 minutes now.
Yep, 17-yard gain for Ortiz. First and 10 for the Berries. They have it at the Tech 42-yard line. Still 15 seconds to go on the play clock, so they have a chance to run some more time off the clock, which is down to 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go, fourth quarter. Logansport 36, Arsenal Tech 27. It's been an exciting game here at homecoming. Ortiz, another handoff inside, and another gain of positive yardage. 5-yard pickup for Ortiz to the 37-yard line. And maybe Coach Johnson challenged his ball club after that last Arsenal Tech touchdown, because he's ran the same play 3 times in a row. He challenged his players, hey, let's drive this ball down their throats. And they have responded, as they've gone from the 35 to the 37 of Arsenal Tech on just 3 plays. So 28 yards in 3 plays.
And I won't jinx my alma mater by saying anything regarding what, the situations could be, but the Berries in really good shape.
2nd down and 5. Inside of 5 minutes to play, 4th quarter, 36-27 Logansport. Ortiz again with a handoff, and again a good gain, and another first down to the 30-yard line. And this has been an impressive drive for Logansport so far.
Yeah, it shows just a lot of grit. They like to use that term over at Logansport High School. And this is it's been great to watch. I missed last week, and obviously that's why we had some bad luck, because I'm the lucky charm for this team. But they are really fun to watch. I hope that everybody comes out for senior night when that is later in the season.
October the 7th.
October the 7th. We only have one more home game, and these guys deserve a full stands like we got tonight.
1st and 10 for Logansport at the 30-yard line. Handoff inside to Ortiz again, and another strong run from Ortiz to the 24-yard line. Give him 6 yards.
An awkward fall.
Yep, and he's slow to get up. And we have seen Deegan Kitchell, who stepped in earlier and did a pretty good job.
Yeah, he fell on his front, but it was kind of in that kind of a slingshot fall where your lower body goes and then really quickly your head kind of goes to the turf. So it was kind of a whiplash style thing facing forward.
And a lot of times,
so hopefully he's feeling okay.
It looks like almost maybe like he fell on the football and that maybe the wind knocked out him, because I did that once playing backyard football, and that was a bad feeling. But trainer Sidney's out to look at him. 4:07 to play. And officials timeout. Logansport 36, Indianapolis Tech 27. The Bears have it 2nd down and 4 at the Arsenal Tech 24-yard line. This drive began at the 6:51 mark of our 4th quarter. So the Bears have drained nearly 3 minutes of time off the clock. They have marched it from their own 35 to the Tech 24. So that is a 41 yards on this drive in 5 plays, taking some valuable time off the clock. And Ortiz is still down on the ground tending to him. Looks like maybe it's just like you said, Dave. He did fall awkwardly on it. It looks to be okay. Maybe
clapping from the crowd.
Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him. It almost looked like maybe he just fell on the football, and that is not a good feeling when you fall on the ball. And he wants to stay in there, but you got to come out
the coach said
for an injury timeout.
Yeah.
Now, he could stay in there. The Bears would have to take a timeout, though, for him to stay in there. And he's smiling. Coach Russell and him so smiling, so that's definitely a good sign. And
Deegan, asking him questions like, who am I? What's your phone number?
And Deegan Kitchell did a nice job on a previous drive when he took Ortiz's spot to give Luis a little bit of a breather. So Bears are in capable hands with Deegan Kitchell in the backfield. 2nd down and 4 for Logansport. And Mock, again, does not have to snap it anytime soon, down to 8 seconds. Still on the play clock. And now Kitchell moved
flag
at the last moment as he was in a 4-point stance, moved down to a 3-point stance just before the snap of the football. And that illegal motion on the Berries. Penalty number, so 13 for the Berries for 124 yards.
And as we move back, I just got a text from His Majesty King Charles III. Said, hey, Dave, who won the homecoming king and queen? Joseph Argueta from the Spanish club and Hallie Van Kuren from the Chinese club. Congratulations to those families and those kids.
So the 5-yard mark off makes it 2nd down and 9. But that penalty did allow Luis Ortiz to come back in the lineup for the Berries. So we'll see what they do here. 2nd down and 9. Ortiz again with the inside handoff to the 26-yard line, giving 3 yards on that play. It will be a big 3rd down now. 3rd down and 6 for Logansport at the 26. They need to get to the 20 to keep this drive alive.
And this game's gone so long that Hunter's been transferred over to us as meteorologist.
Okay.
Karen Stern's getting a well-needed kind of early night after being up probably all the morning with Matthew. So shout out to Hunter, who's bringing us home there in the studio.
3rd down and 6 for the Berries. 2:45 to go. Logansport up by 9, 36-27. Ortiz gets the handoff, and he is going to be short of the first down. Forward progress to the 24, Arsenal Tech. Arsenal Tech calls it him, but the first pointed toward Logansport, but obviously the Bears aren't going to stop the clock with 2:38 to go here in this fourth quarter. So Arsenal Tech will take their second timeout. They still have one remaining.
And, you know,
this
scenario, Joe, very hard, as you know, to come back from. The Berries marching down the field, bleeding out clock. Now we're down to almost 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and Arsenal Tech is down 9 points. And in case you don't know much about football, you can tie the game at 8 points.
Correct.
You cannot tie the game at 9 points on one kind of possession. So this is big that the Berries have been able to march down the field. If they can get another first down, another couple first downs, and if they score, you know, it's just straight up over.
2 minutes, 38 seconds to play, fourth quarter. Logansport 36, Arsenal Tech 27. A first down here for the Berries. We'll put this game on ice for Logansport. And the clock will stop on a change of possession. The Berries don't make the first down, so Logansport does not necessarily have to run it. They do have the option to pass if they want. We'll see what they choose to do as Chris J. Renee is in motion. Now the counter handoff to Shamari Giddings. Breaks one tackle, tries to break another one, and he might have the first down as he did a nice job finishing that run, and based on where the officials spot the ball, I think they will have a first down.
Yeah, very frustrating for the Arsenal defense as the Berries continue to get those gaps and elude tacklers. But we have a lot of agile athletes on our team who can really make you miss. And the Berries are calling for a first down here, and they get it from the ref.
Yep. And with Arsenal Tech down to just one timeout left with 2.5 minutes to go. If the Berries simply take care of the football, they'll get out of here with a victory, get their first conference win of the season, improve to 3-1 on the season, and get ready for a road game at McCutcheon next Friday night. And now after the chains move, the clock restarts. 2:18 and counting. Still 7 seconds to go on the play clock, so Mock can let some more seconds off that clock. Ortiz with another hard run inside the 15, still on his feet, drags a couple of Tech players with him down to the 13-yard line. 6-yard pickup. Second down and 4 for the Berries.
If you have a question for Coach Johnson, he's going to be coming up probably for our post-game report. You just have to go to indianasbestradio.com, click on the sports tab, and you can send him a question that I will ask him. Otherwise, we'll ask him our own questions.
That's right.
But if you want to talk about, how Coach Johnson feels about this or that, then I got you covered every week.
So again,